Hey, this burns me,
man. You can hear when the boy popped his lips, man.
Yes. The mute monster got you, brother.
Mute monster didn't got me. What it is, guys, what it is and what it will be. Thank you so much for being here for another episode of Flipping Tables with your boy being mute and lit in the building tonight, man. We appreciate everybody that's here. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because we're about to have a good one tonight. We're not going to waste no time. We're going to jump right in on it because I think it's necessary to talk about what's going on in the world today when it comes to child support. Yes. I'll start off by saying one thing for sure. 30% of men who are married after this blood bank released their numbers shows that 30% of those married men, the children weren't theirs.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. Think about that. Your kid, 12, 13, 14 years old, you've been to every football game, every baseball game, basketball game, and then something freakish happens and he needs blood. And guess what? He's not the father. And you've raised that child. Matter of fact, we have a family member. He'll probably be here tonight. Shout out to Trey in the building. Trey was raising a little boy that he thought was his, and until he was 14 years old, and that kid was not his. So we got somebody in the BMU family who has experienced a woman who has been very promiscuous and very evil and demonic by letting this man fall in love with a child that was not his. My God. Lost in translation, how are you tonight, my man in crime? What's going on tonight?
I'm well. I got me some rest, man. I'm ready for this evening. You know, I've been waiting all day for this.
I know that's right, brother. I know that's right. Now listen, I want to look at the sanctuary tonight, see who we got in the church. We got Embrace the Grace in the building. She said, good evening, all. Please press the like button upon your arrival. Guys, make sure you check Embrace the Grace out on Mondays on the Black Men Unfiltered Network. Mayhem Mondays. And oh my God, is it mayhem. All right, we got Take Heed to the Message in the building tonight. She said, please hit the like and subscribe button. I love all the support that we get from each other, man, how we build each other up. I love it. Real Bravado Network is in the building tonight. How you doing, my guy? All right, let's see here. So we got Shiesty Bum in the building tonight. Almond Eyes is in the building tonight. Let's see. Lost already up here. Milani is in the building. Now, guys, Milani, I have a couple of guys who are single. If you're not married, let's see here. I know a couple of guys. One of them that love the Lord, real good. Let's see here. Let's see what we got. We got Once Again in the building. Once again, say this shit is a joke. Everyone in the comments are going to agree with everything that you guys say without any critical thinking. Thank you so much for the prerequisite of what you had to say, because we're definitely gonna get into what you had to say. Amen. Let's move on to the next. Take heed. Let's see. CBN is in the building tonight. Good evening, my humble and wise sis. Take heed. He's speaking to his sister in the building tonight. Let's see what else we got in here. That's it for now. As you come in, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's rock it out. All right. Now, before we get started tonight, I do want to, before we bring everybody up, Take Heed to the Message was the first person to send a Cash App tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to give to the channel, please do. All right, please give to the channel, because anybody on any show on this network, they run their Cash Apps all week long. Everybody does. And if you're enjoying it, and we're also simulcasting with everybody as well. Guys, you got to give. Show some people that you love them. I mean, come on now. You enjoy it. You laugh with us. You have a good time with us. You know what I'm saying? Just don't buy that double cheeseburger tomorrow with easy mayo and no onions on it. Just give that money to your boy. Give it to me, a Loss or Embrace the Grace, TJ, R Payne, self. Just give it. Just give it, you know? But anyway, thank you guys for being here again. And I want to go, hold on. We got some more people in the chat tonight. We got Antoine in here. Greetings and salutations to you, my brother. All right. Let's say Marriage, Politics, and Sports is in the building tonight. R Payne. I want to pronounce her name correctly because I bet it's beautiful to say. Is it Katila?
Katelia.
Catellia. I like that boy. That's amazing. All right. So let's go ahead and start bringing everybody up. But before we do, thank you so much for the Cash App. Sister, take heed to the message. Thank you for the $5 Cash App. I appreciate it. And I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all something. Should we start out with the pastor? We start out with the pastor?
Let's bring him out right, man.
Let's bring him out right. Okay. Take heed. The pastor is so in love with your gift tonight. He wants to do something real special for you. Ladies and gentlemen, Bishop Goodjoint is in the building tonight. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Bishop Goodjoint. Thank you, guys. If you send a Cash App or if you send a Super Chat, we'll definitely have something for you to play for you guys as a breather for us. It gives us a little break during conversation, as well as giving you guys something to entertain you guys while we're breaking as well. But I want to start bringing some people up. I want to bring the ladies up first. I want to bring them up in this type of order. Okay. I want to do something special for the ladies. All right. We have two beautiful ladies in the building tonight. Both of them are queens. And I just want to bring them up. So first of all, how I want to bring them up is this way. All right, I want to start just like by this right here.
Take a picture, write it down. I don't give a fuck. You hear me? Do what it do.
I don't give a fuck.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring to the stage tonight. Take heed to the message and embrace the grace, ladies and gentlemen. Come on.
Give it up. Give it up.
How are you, kings?
What's going on, sweetheart? It's so good to see you tonight. All right, now go ahead. I want you to bring up everybody else. Lost in translation. Have your weight out.
Well, you know what? Some people like to call him Unc, but we like to call him Uncle Ricky. Ladies and gentlemen, bring him to the stage. The one and only Uncle Ricky.
Yes, sir.
What's happening, Rick?
Everything is everything. What's going on, good people?
You, man, you.
Hey,
the next person we're going to bring up, we call him JT. Some like to call him Liquid Thunder. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one and only JT.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's happening, JT? Some people like to call him the Continent. Some like to call him Dark Thunder.
Yeah.
But we also know him as our pain from around the way. Give it up.
Are you out of your fucking mind? Are you crazy?
Welcome, our pain.
Just a little bit. How's everybody doing?
Indeed, indeed.
Right.
And last but not least, from the Real Bravado Network, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one and only TJ.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much, guys, for being here tonight. Real Bravado Network is in the building tonight with a $5 super chat starting it off. He said, "Here is 1995 gas money. You should get it should get you half a tank in your 1989 Buick Park Avenue." Oh, yes. I believe that it's only appropriate in this moment to bring out somebody that was in the 90s, who had something happen in the 90s, who's been singing since the 90s, but they made him popular in the early 2000s. Here we go.
King Sean gone Barrington living all off. Yo, Mr. Levy, tell him something.
Oh, yeah. Y'all, hey, look at Take Heed. Boy, Take Heed finna take it back to the 90s.
Come down, selector.
You see, Take Heed had her shoulder. She's like, I see you. Saw you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Take Heed finna dip. All right, thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Thank you, Real Verona, for the $5 super chat, brother. I appreciate it. All right, guys, so I want to jump right into it, man, but I want to check everybody's temperature first. Lost in translation. How's everybody doing tonight, man?
We're going to start with one and only Ricky at the bottom. Rick, how are you today, sir?
Everything is everything. It was a good day, good weekend, good life. Every day above ground's a good day. I keep trying to tell y'all.
Awesome. Grace, how are you?
I'm good. I'm blessed and highly favored. So I'm chilling.
Good. Take heed.
I am here. I thank God for another day. And he allowed me to run my mouth this afternoon, so I'm okay.
So you good to go.
Yes.
All right, Payne, how are you, sir?
Doing okay. Hanging in there.
Good. JT.
You know it's all good, man. It's Tuesday, bro. You know what I'm saying? Flipping tables tonight.
Yes, sir. And TJ. You on mute, sir.
Oh. What y'all muting me for? I ain't saying shit yet.
Message.
Hilarious.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? I'm good.
Good. Black man, how are you today, sir?
You know, man, you know what I always say, man. I'm sunshine, partly cloudy, man. I'm honeymoon happy and peacock proud to be in the building with so many esteemed people tonight. Take heed to the message, embrace the grace. TJ, our Payne, the Simponator, lost in translation. And Uncle Rick is in the building tonight. The grass withers and the flowers fadeth. But the word of God shall stand forever, and we should always flip these tables. Touch your neighbor and say, flip them tables. Now, I want to get into something real quick here that I think this topic is necessary. It's time to rid men from child support and focus on box control. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so tired of defining what our shows mean to people because people are going to have their own mindset about what we do here. So if you think tonight is about bashing women, I don't give a fuck. We're going to talk about whatever we want to talk about, okay? A matter of fact, I may change the network name to Don't Give a Fuck Network because we don't care. We're going to talk about it regardless of what you think and what you say. All right? Can I get an amen from the cast members tonight? Can I get an
Amen?
Okay, here we go. Now, Pink, I already sent you the link, Pink. So, damn, pause. I already sent you the
link.
We can't say shit on the internet now, right?
I sent you the thing to press. Just fuck it. You know what it is. Come on up. But yeah, I want to make sure we get into this first video. There's a young lady. She's became very popular because she's so sexually liberated. And she's been on a lot of videos and getting a lot of attention. And the other day she talked about our Muslim brothers, how they make her feel, how sexy they are, and the things that she would allow the Muslim brothers to do to her. I would like to share with you guys Exhibit 1, who needs to testify and be delivered tonight. Let's give it up for Tiny Tim. Here she is.
Them black niggas that be Muslim got a different type of aura to them, and I fucking love it. Like, I don't know, something makes me want to die for them. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, yes, nut in my pussy.
Okay, so I want
to. We just jumping off the chandelier right off the bat.
You just do, black man.
Damn it, man.
I want to make sure we hear her correctly. Maybe we heard her wrong. Okay, so I want to bring her back again. Okay, Tiny Tim, can you say that again for us, please?
Let me fucking see. Them black niggas that be Muslim got a different type of aura to them, and I fucking love it. Like, I don't know, something makes me want to die for them. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, yes, nut in my pussy.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take her down.
Please.
We'll bring her back up later. Take heed to the message. Can you elude on, because the people say these type of things don't exist in our younger children. That young lady's probably in her early 20s, maybe 19, 20, 21. All right. Somebody in the chat says she's full throttle. Absolutely.
She's full throttle.
Yeah, full. Hey, I like that.
Full throttle.
Full throttle. I like that as well. Take heed. What are your thoughts?
Ooh, oh my goodness. You know, I'm gonna share something with you. She crazy. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know, what else to say. That's wild. I mean, being married, yeah, you can shoot up the club, but I mean, just to have somebody lay inside you, shoot up the club because they Muslim, that doesn't even make sense. First of all, I'm gonna share something with you. A Muslim brother wouldn't even come near her. He wouldn't even come near her. He would feel that aura, that hoish behavior. He would feel that, and he wouldn't even come near her. That does not make sense. But you know what? We get on social media for the clicks and likes. We say stuff that that you want to shake the temple. You know what I'm saying? To make people get upset or follow you or be like, that's right, girl, I knew a Muslim brother, this and that, and they lying. So, just like Ricky always say, they liars. So, we do what to do. I'm done.
Take heed. And Lost, you can get us through, everybody.
Yeah, let's go with Grace.
Well, these kids just don't realize that the stuff that they put on the internet. Imagine me about to interview her the night before, and I'm looking over her social media and I see that. I mean, right then and there, I'll still interview her, but I'll bring that up, just to let her know. Universities look at your social media, jobs look at your social media. It matters now what you put out there. And these young girls just don't see it. Who's going to take her seriously now? All she now good for is the nut in her mouth. Exactly what she portrayed. Okay, and just like you said, take heed. I didn't date in Muslim brothers, and they don't play. I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't hack with a Muslim brother. So you know what I'm saying? A sister like that would not even be touched with a 10-foot pole. But again, social media has ransacked these kids, and this is the end result. I digress. My mic is muted.
Thank you. JT at the top. Sir, what do you think, man? Your thoughts on this video, brother?
Yeah, man, that shit made my stomach turn in knots, because I was like, damn, if that was my daughter that said that shit. Oh, man. What have I done wrong? What the hell? It's not too much more that I can say, is because, I mean, even with that, this world is being, desensitized to a whole lot of shit right now. The shit that they supposed to be sensitized to, they're not. And that right there, just hearing that young lady say that made my stomach turn in knots, bro, for real. So that's all I have to say on that, bro.
Uncle Rick, it's on you, brother. Thoughts?
I'm not gonna lie. When she said it, it's making my right nut hurt.
Yeah.
Look, fellas, y'all gotta understand, a lot of these women's default setting is hoe. It's simply what it is. It wouldn't matter, these Muslim men, it wouldn't matter if it was a Christian man or Islam man, or it don't matter. That's just her getting attention for the day, man. Like this, man. Hey, somebody had the conversation about what would you rather have, right? A daughter that's a hoe or a gay son? I'll take a gay son. I'll take a gay son.
Black man finna fall out his chair.
Yeah, he is. He over there reeling.
Hey, I went through the whole thing in my head too, Rick.
Hey, hold on, Rick.
Even if he look like Magic Johnson's son.
Rick,
Hey,
bro,
man.
you over here killing me, bro.
See,
Listen.
y'all don't assess the cost of having a daughter that's a whore.
Bro. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying?
Say
that
shit.
That mean it's a bunch of loose babies that's gonna be showing up at grandpa and grandma's house. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a bunch of in-track disease. There's going to be a lot of men you got to deal with because your daughter don't know how to behave herself out in the street dealing with these kids. Now, a gay son ain't bringing no kids home. No unwanted kids, no neglected kids. Just saying. Goddamn, you gotta pick sin over natural, but that's a goddamn shame.
Right. The worst you can get is a son come home and they go.
That's crazy. I never saw it that way.
Exactly. RP, come on, man.
Oh man, this is where we are now. Listen, I think if we get something out of tonight and we get some consensus where we can put the blame where it belongs with the person who owns the box, I'd be happy about that. I mean, I don't want those things on your channel. Women control the sexual marketplace, and we got to stop acting. We got to tell men to shut the fuck up and let them have agency over their box because they're supposed to.
That's right.
So let me just stand it there.
Appreciate it. And last but not least, TJ, sir, what say you?
Y'all finna make me be the fucking bad guy. Assalamu alaikum, sister. Hey, at the look. Fuck that. Assalamu alaikum, sister. Assalamu alaikum. I have given up pork. I no more pork chops and barbecue ribs. None of that. None of that. No more alcohol. None of that. Listen, y'all looking at this all fucking wrong. Y'all listen at this through the vulgarity of which she has said. What do we associate most with Muslim men? We associate discipline. This young woman is attracted to a disciplined man. That's how I look at it. Now, did she say it in the most elegant way? Absolutely not. She just said a disciplined man can come get this pussy whenever. Become nutted up. Let me give you some babies. Let her get up under a disciplined man and he will go ahead and he will help her out with her vocabulary down the line. She's young. You got to get them young so you can teach them and groom them. Not in a bad way, groom it, but you know what I'm saying? So I saw this completely different. I saw this as a woman that was a young girl that kind of was that understood she needs a little discipline in her life. That's what I saw it as. Assalamu alaikum, sister. Go ahead and convert.
That's a great take, RBN. I agree. That's a great take, sir. That's a great take.
Lost the translation.
You know what? They need to rinse her off before they bring her to the mosque, man.
Rinse her off.
Rinse around and rinse her off.
You need to rinse that off, man.
Rinse that off.
That's okay. That's okay.
Oh my goodness! Just to hear that, man. So I'm from an era where ladies were ladies, man, and that bothered my soul. So if she trying to get some discipline, that's fine, but she gonna have to clean that up, man. The brothers ain't gonna accept that. They're gonna put on the other side with the ladies and they're gonna deal with her. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what you deal with. My goodness.
A few Muslim men then cleaned up a couple holes along the way. Now, come on now. Let's not pretend like they ain't done that. It's okay. Everybody's seen what's that movie on Stars with the one I got, Forrest Whitaker. His daughter was a hoe, and she got turned. She got cleaned up by a good Muslim.
Bumpy Johnson's daughter. Yeah.
Put some shout on that, man.
And that's a young hoe. So rinsing down, all you got to do is just rinse her down. She's not like an old hoe where you got to take it and go get her a cocktail of pharmaceuticals to clean her out. All you need is a goddamn water hose. Assalamu alaikum, sister. I got you.
Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Hank in the basement.
I want now, Hank, thank you for being here. I just want to hear what you have to say about. Did you hear what the young lady had to say? You muted.
Yeah, unfortunately.
What are your thoughts?
I heard what she was. Yeah, that was bad, man. But look, I say this. At least I know what I'm dealing with. At least I know what I'm dealing with, and I could use her as a teachable moment for our sons, our nephews, our cousins, neighbors. Yeah, she's a teachable moment. I'm gonna say, look, it's not the type of chick you won't take serious. Don't make her your wife. If you just want something to play with, have at it. But something to take serious? Hell no. Hell no. So we used to call them type chicks she's a pass around, so be it. But man, I feel bad for the parents, man, that's gonna get on the internet and see their daughter talking like this. And I think somebody said, I think JT, you said it. Where did I go wrong?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Right. What else?
Now, my next question for the panel is this, and then Lost of Translation. You could. Lost of Translation. What are your thoughts first? And then we get.
I already win, man.
Okay.
I can't do nothing with that, man. I got to be able to start from somewhere, and the bottom ain't it. You know what I'm saying? The bottom ain't it.
It's a clean slate. She's in her early 20s. She's a clean slate.
That slate ain't clean, brother.
That slate is clean. What are you talking about?
That slate ain't clean, brother.
She talks like that. We don't know how many bodies she got on her belt.
She still got half her edges. She's attracted to discipline. She's impressionable. I can't believe y'all got me out here by myself. Assalamu alaikum.
Black niggas that be Muslim got a different type of aura to them, and I fucking love it. Like, I don't know, something makes me want to die for them. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, yes, nut in my pussy.
No, look, she looks like she's just barely 19, man.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
So my next question to the panel would be, if the parent of this child, if you're the parent of this child and you're scrolling through your social media and you scroll across this and you see this, what are you saying to your child, doing to your child? What is next steps? Take heed to the message.
You muted. God don't want you to speak on this.
Okay. I just want to first say, take heed to the message does not support violence. I don't support violence.
We know what's coming after that.
But I'm a roll up on her. I'm not even going to do no phone call. I'm going to roll up on her because that does not make sense. I raised you to be like that. You know what I'm saying? No. First of all, let me just share something with you. In my husband's house, we break generational curses. You will not be copying mommy. You will not be copying the nonsense that her mother did and her grandmother did. We break generational curses over here. So, and we got an 18-year-old over here. She don't know nothing about no men. She don't know nobody touched that. When she get married, she will be able to say, I have never been touched. You feel me? No, we break generational curses over here. I'm sorry. No, I ain't doing that. I'm rolling up on her. Because ain't no way you're going to be able to just post that on social media. But I'm going to share something with you. This is how you know when the ones do not have a father in their life. This is how you know when they don't have a father in their life and they got a mama that let them do bullshit. That's how you know. Hoism in our community, shout out to Kosha. Hoism in our community is real. Because the first thing your mama tell you, I knew when I was growing up, my mama said just like this to me. She said, don't you come back here just with a wet ass. You understand? Don't you come back in this house just with a wet ass. You understand? So they teach you nonsense. I remember somebody in my family told me, closed legs don't get fed. And I was a teenager. Closed legs don't get fed. So this is the nonsense that in the melanated community, when you living hard or you living in a certain area, that they teach you this nonsense. You never hear them tell you, oh, one day you're going to get married. I never heard my mother say that to me one day in my life. One day you're going to get married. You're going to have children. Never heard that. You know what I'm saying? It was me that desired to want to be married one day. But I didn't even have the tools to get it right. Because even at age 19, when I did get married, I ain't have it right. I did not have it right. 3 years married to a man who was the GSC for Northwest Airlines. This brother was like 20 something in his late 20s, older than me, marrying a 19-year-old. And I didn't get it right. And he was not meant to be my husband anyway. God still sent somebody in my wake after all that nonsense, but I had to get a different mindset. So it's sad. It's sad because we do not train these girls for that. We train them to be hoes. It's like we just train them. It's okay to be a baby mama. It's okay to be a baby mama. They rather be baby mamas than wives. They rather be that. And that's the sad part. And we and our parents just sit up there, and especially the mamas, if you just was in your mom's household and daddy was not around, and I always preach this on my channel because I was a side chick baby. So all the nonsense I heard was hatred for my dad. Mind you, my mama did nonsense with him. He had a whole family across town. Like, how do you disgrace this man? But he had a whole family that he took care of across town. He was a good man. But he messed with you and you thought you got pregnant. He was going to leave his entire family to be with you and your baby. What kind of nonsense is that? So when you really find out the truth, you like, this don't make no damn sense. How you put me in this predicament. That's why I always say that Black women, my sisters, we are robbing our children of a good father. When you lay down with just anybody because he looked good or he smelled good or he got some money, we are robbing our children of a good daddy. Because mind you, Mr. Gregory wanted you first. You didn't want to go with Mr. Gregory. You wanted to see Robert. And Robert got a whole family because Robert worked for the city. You wanted to get that money that Robert was getting. And that's the sad part. So this baby is lost. Hopefully she'll get it together when she get a little older, but hopefully she won't be ran through.
Okay, I love y'all to death. But I can't be the only one who didn't hear her or misheard her. This before she said, nothing my pussy. Everything she said before that, she described how she was attracted to how they move, meaning the way that they carry themselves, what they believe in. She says all of that. So look, you may be young, but I know a lot of 30 or 40-year-old gutter rats who ain't that in tune to how somebody moves and carries themselves. I understand that. And not one time did she say, I want the whole nation of Islam to nut in this pussy. She never said that. She never said that.
She never said she wanted to marry one either.
What'd you say?
Mr. Bennett said she didn't say she wanted to marry one.
I'm telling you, she gonna cheat on him.
How? You know what? Then that's what her and that husband to figure out.
Oh, hell no. He ain't. That's the thing. Discipline and that culture, and it should be in our culture, is to vet a woman that is going to be able to follow your commands, man. And you know how strict they are, man.
It's disgusting.
They're not going to even, I mean, and I get what you were saying also, TJ, because yes, if you even look at the Nation of Islam, right? The majority, it's a vast majority of them that were lost. And specifically with men, they all come from prison, or they were out there deep in those streets. They were alcoholics. They were all kind of things. So I understand what you said from that point of view, but also understand also that they pick their women. The women don't pick the man.
I understand that, and I'm saying the young sister might be a little rough around the edges, but there might be something there.
She got to go to school.
All I'm saying. That's all.
TJ is saying, TJ is saying,
also,
give these hoes a chance. Get that hoe a chance.
Yeah. So what happened though?
We don't know.
If
we don't know if she a hoe or not.
So if you understood the story of Bubby Johnson's daughter, what did she have to do before any man picked her? She had to take her ass to school. They had to take her. She had to go and they had to ranch her ass off. And it took months and even years for her to even get to that point. So she had to be surrounded by the women of the Nation of Islam, and they have to send her to school to and teach her how to be a wife. So that would be cool, but not just coming in there and talking about some nut in my pussy. That's not gonna work, sister.
JT.
Wait a minute.
Hold on a second. Take key, JT.
Yes.
What woman that's gonna come be permanent in your life? You ain't gonna have to take to school.
Why Christians don't have that?
Yeah, but their women do it. Their women take them to school,
and that's what. And they go. One of them former street brothers who they converted gonna understand her mindset, gonna understand what she's trying to say, and he gonna pass her off to a sister, and they gonna get her ready. They gonna get her ready.
I fuck with you on it, but hey man, it's a process. You just can't be out there rough around the fucking edges and think you about to get you a Muslim man. That ain't how that shit work.
Look, the church ain't nothing but a hospital, and she's saying, I want to be healed. And she want her pussy filled with that Muslim nut. She want to produce Muslim children with a Muslim man. She just needs. Oh, I can't believe y'all.
Hey, listen, TJ. The only thing she can get is a man that want to be a Muslim. That's all she can get.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Let them go in peace.
He's a Muslim, but he's still eating pork and shit. You know, she can get that type of nigga. You know,
get a starter fruit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Got a bunch of white side bitches. She can get that guy. You know, he ain't there yet. God ain't got him together yet. You know, she can get him.
You know what? I want to, man, boy, listen. TJ is trying his best to make beige sheets white, and I just want to say on behalf of everybody on the panel, nigga, no.
I also saw the Lakers.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to thank Heath while he's on the panel, man. He did send a super chat in, man. $2 super chat. He says, shout out to the great panel of beautiful people. Thank you so much, Hink, man. Let me give you a little something. Let's take you to China. Here we go. Hey, okay. Now listen. I'm like, okay. I'm gonna have to bring that one back later because that beat on that bitch is ridiculous.
So no,
stop playing. All right. So anyway, thank you, Hink, man, for that $2 super chat, man. I appreciate it, brother. Now, while you were talking about that, TJ, I got a bone to pick with you because if she end up with a guy like that, watch this. If she end up with a guy like that, she may end up in a situation that because the Muslim men, they don't play. Especially those men in the FOI. They don't play no games. So if she want to get over there and say, you know, you can nut up in there, once he does, that woman belongs to him. They teach a different type of relationship advice over there. All right. So I wanted to make sure we understand that girl she can get over there and hurt some feelings. But anyway, I can't let him go without getting his Chinese chicken. Here we go. All right, man.
Hell yeah.
She did say she would die for her man. Run it back. The girl said a bunch of good shit. She said she would die for her Muslim man.
You gotta go to school.
Them black niggas that be Muslim got a different type of aura to them, and I fucking love it. Like, I don't know, something makes me want to die for them. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, yes, nut in my pussy.
Look.
Okay.
Let's simplify this, TJ.
Come on,
Why? But I which Muslim dude? She said they.
Hey, I was gonna say the same thing. She said they.
Which one?
I'll know.
All of them.
All of them, man. You don't give a shit which one, man. Come on.
Ricky. Look, I'm trying to find the bright spot because she did say she would die for. How many so-called Christian black women out here talking about they put a die for their man? None of them.
Bro, she gonna be throwing that coochie from the bean pie stands, bro. Nah.
And he gonna love every bit of it. Is young, fresh, every bit of it.
Yeah, she don't mean this shit.
What would a Muslim bang bus look like?
Damn. How it speaks.
They're gonna make sure when they look at it, they're gonna say that's not pork, that's beef. Give her the beef.
Some of the Muslims, they believe in multiple wives. They can bring her in as the second or third wife and train her up.
Or concubine.
That's different. They can build with multiple wives. They can't build with a thought. Nah.
Of course.
Well, she might not be a thought.
You will tear that whole nation down.
She's in
in
the
less than a
world.
week.
She's in the world. They gotta bring her out of the world.
Nah, bro.
Oh my God.
You don't have to come to now.
He won't let it go.
Okay, so now TJ talking that, but then what happens in a year or so or 2 years or so, and this happens?
All that, nigga. I don't give a fuck about none of that. All this
DNA is gonna prove.
Bro, I've been busting my ass taking care of my son, bro. I've been busting my ass, bro, going to work, buying everything he needed, bro. I'm busting my ass, loving this boy like this is my child. And you mean to tell me it's not my son?
I mean, you can still be a part of his life, but you're not.
Do you know what I'm saying?
You're not his real daddy. His real daddy gotta be in his life. And I'm not about to sit here and do that to
him.
You can still be in his life. He's just
You
not
hear what
his
the
daddy.
fuck you saying?
He's not gonna be called his
Do you
daddy.
hear what the hell you're saying? You sounding real retarded.
All right. Let's see here. Uncle Rick, I want you to take first dibs on this one, my guy. The man was damn near in tears. Found out that the child was not his. Uncle Rick, can you take us to chapter 3, verse 45, sir? Go ahead.
Chapter 3, verse 45 is the one thing a woman's supposed to be able to do is tell a man if a child is his or not.
Man,
plain and simple. Let's simplify, right? Because we be complicating stuff. Let's stop complicating stuff. In most states, if a man finds another man cheating with his wife, he could get off killing both of them.
Passion of crime. Yes, sir.
Why do y'all believe that is? Because every human adult, male and female, have the general same understanding of this concept. But women, this is what's crazy to me, right? I did a review on this one junk. The girl had got pregnant, was pregnant for 3 months, didn't tell her dude. He found out by snooping through her phone, right? And he was in the car with him, spazzing out. And he pulled over and dropped her and the baby off on the highway. Right? Now, when I asked the question, right, was the young boy correct? Everybody was telling me no. I was like, no, I didn't ask y'all if he was right. I asked y'all if he was correct. Right? Because what women don't understand, that is the most emotional stress that you can put any man under. And Lord knows if that man is capable of holding himself together. And I keep trying to tell women, a lot of times when y'all see a man in that position where he can't hold it, it's too late for y'all.
Okay.
It's too late for you. But y'all out here playing these games, or he ain't gonna do this, he ain't gonna, you don't know what a person to do when they hurt. You don't know what a person gonna do when they're hurt. So again, DNA test should be mandatory. If somebody's taking you to child support, before they even able to file a piece of paper on saying, "Oh, this is the father. There should be a DNA test." Straight up and down, north, south, east, and west. Because the number said, and this was a couple of years ago, 30% of men who have a DNA test find out the child that's not yours. 30% of the people that's actually requesting them. Imagine if every man requested a DNA test. Imagine it. That number is going to grow exponentially.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
It's the one thing that nobody should play about, because these kids come into the world and they have nothing to do with what went on with you and that other nigga, you and that other chick, or y'all two together. It has nothing to do with that. But what do I know? Just dude talking on the internet. Hey, Shiesty.
Hey, man. So, Prototype, did you get a chance to see the video?
No, I ain't get a chance to catch the video. But I got a lot to speak about this topic, though. But go ahead.
Okay, so I want to play the first one first.
Niggas that be Muslim got a different type of aura to them, and I fucking love it. Like, I don't know, something makes me want to die for them. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, yes, nut in my pussy.
I don't give a fuck about none of that. All this
DNA is gonna prove.
Bro, I've been busting my ass taking care of my son, bro. I've been busting my ass, bro, going to work, buying everything he needed, bro. I'm busting my ass, loving this boy like this is my child. And you mean to tell him it's not my son?
I mean, you can still be a part of his life, but you're not.
Do you know what I'm saying?
You're not his real daddy. His real daddy gotta get it, be in his life. And I'm not about to sit here and do that to
bro.
him. You can still be in his life. You just
You hear what the fuck you saying?
He's not gonna be called his
Do you hear
daddy.
what the hell you're saying? You sounding real retarded.
All right. Prototype, it's on you, my guy. What are your thoughts?
Yo, I rock with her. Like, she's trying to save you, my guy. Like, go on about your life, man. Like, regardless, whatever work you put in, hey, chalk it up as a loss and move on, bro. Like, she trying to save you. It ain't worth it. Taking care of somebody else's kid that ain't yours, because he gonna grow up wanting to be connected with his real pops anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I actually rock with the fact that she even told him. You know what I'm saying? As far as the first clip, that was just pure, that was just comedy to me. So,
oh, you sure it wasn't?
Listen, no, man, it's, you know, come on, man, y'all know where we come from, man. This is a common story. Like, how long we going to dwell on this? Like, we can't. It's what happens in our community. We got it all messed up. But the fact that she was trying to correct it, I mean, and let him know, like, bro, move on about your business.
He had a DNA test done. She didn't tell him shit.
Yeah, she didn't tell him shit.
She didn't tell him shit. He wouldn't got a DNA test done.
Oh, it didn't say that in the clip. I didn't see that part of the clip. It just like it was. She was like, "You're not his dad," so he needs to know his real dad. And like what she's saying, like, bro, like, move around.
Yeah, Prototype,
man.
you gave her too much goddamn credit.
Come on, man. I didn't hear. I mean, regardless of that,
I got you. I know.
The fact that she was telling boy to move around, man, like, dog, I understand. Like, and you got good practice. Go start your own family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's get R Payne. I know he's over there bursting in flames to save her. Go ahead, R Payne.
No, I'm just saying, I'm not so sure he went and got the DNA test. That's why she's saying, listen, I found out who the real father is. I'm admitting to you who the real father is, and I want him to be part of their life. That means she's probably knocking her out again. She wants child support from him, and if you're stupid enough to stay around, she's going to take your money too. So, you know, the one thing I don't like about these, I call them skits, even if they're not. I mean, it's unpredictable how a man would react, like Ricky said, but he did too much yelling for me, right? I mean, what else? I mean, especially the way she reacted to him. How did you withhold from just hauling off and hitting her? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that would be more realistic. Or walking out completely and don't say nothing. Because just to sit there and yelling at her, and did she give you those kind of answers? Oh my God, man, that would make me more infuriated.
That's how they're talking nowadays. These women are to these dudes. They do something fucked up like that, and they talk to them like, so what? Okay, now what? Now what?
That's why I'm thinking this shit's not real.
But and I'm telling you, our pain.
No, wait a minute. Listen to me. Not because she's saying it like that. I think his reaction is not real. I mean, if her response to me like that would make me so goddamn mad, it would just be a crescendo. I would have to either walk out or she's going to get slugged.
But that's our pain. But you have to understand something. A lot of these, you have to understand something. Our pain. A lot of us weren't born with the same stuff that you were born with. A lot of these guys, my generation and back and behind me, these are single mama, feminine raised men.
Right.
And so when you see something like that happen, when something like that happens to you, man, for him to scream and yell like that, I've seen it happen, and I've seen some of the most, I guess you want to use the word stoic guys lose their shit over something like that. For a lot of guys to become a father, that's everything to a lot of dudes, even if they didn't initially want to become a father. That's our pain. That's a source of pride.
Of course.
I'm proud to say I got my daughter. My daughter 9 years old, she's gonna be 10 years old. I had a DNA test, but let's just say for shits and giggles, we find out that there was some fuckery around or whatever, to come to find out that she really wasn't my fucking God. The good thing for him is he found out early. What do you do with the men who find out a decade or two later?
And that's why, that's why Trey, when Trey come up here, because Trey, that's on our show, Trey had experienced that 13-year-old kid, bro. And he found out that kid was not his. And he didn't go off and kill her or beat her to death. He had to walk away. That baby wasn't his, but it broke him.
You either have to walk away. I don't know what kind of interaction they had in between time, but I'm just listen. I'm not. You know what? Of course, it could be real, right? Because we'll never know how people will react, right, in that situation. So this could be a natural reaction for that particular guy. I mean, I'm not special. I don't know how I would react. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna say this about
the more I talk to her, and the more she gives me bad answers, will make me worse. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I want to say this to TJ because I want to get everybody in so we can get through the show, get through the videos or whatever. And then we have a full discussion. But like TJ said, the guy, the generation behind him, those generations behind him, the men are not the same, right? The generation with TJ and back are LeBron James. The generation with you guys up is Michael Jordan.
But we looking at it from a different.
Michael Jordan is not passing the ball. Isaiah Thomas is not passing the ball. These guys were aggressive. They were monsters on the court. They were beasts. They want the last shot. They want to take the pain and the agony of taking over. But these guys, they're LeBron James. They're very passive. They don't. They're not really going to take the.
But see, this is another thing though, black man, that we have to look at it from the angle we have to look at it from as fathers, right? For instance, our pain, myself, Ricky. We have older kids, right? So our pain, let's look at it from this angle. You ain't in a dating field that they in and all of that other shit, right?
Right. True.
But you got daughters.
Yep.
And what if your daughter was that girl right there? Now, how do you see it now? You see what I'm saying?
I want to say impossible.
I know that it's probably how you raised her.
But listen, I hear you, but the connection I'm kind of making. I would hope that nobody who has my bloodline would ever do that to a man.
Right. So that's what I'm saying, looking at it from there, because we look at it from a different angle now, because guess what? That's some dangerous shit you just did, daughter.
Yeah.
That's some dangerous ass fucking shit. You can't be out here in this world like this, like motherfuckers ain't gonna just go out and go ham on your ass. That's what I'm saying. So when we look at it, from that, then we can have that conversation. I'm just saying the older gentlemen, right? That specifically have daughters too. Go ahead, Rick.
No. I want that's JT. I'm gonna get take heed just right after this. Our pain, and also imagine this. God forbid, right? God forbid something were to happen to one of your daughters, and you went to the hospital. And how old is your youngest baby?
No, she's 24.
So she's 24, and they say she needs blood, and you run in because you the daddy, and you give blood, and they say, Mr. Payne, You cannot give her your blood because it's not a match.
Okay.
What happens to you after 24 years of raising this child?
God damn, shit.
No, I don't need those examples. What I'm trying to say is, like I said, I understand the horror of the examples. I'm just saying that I don't know how I react, but I know I wouldn't sit here and hear no bullshit from my wife. I couldn't talk to her. I'd be the kind of who would walk out. She might never see me again. But I'm not going to sit down here and talk to her, because if her answers don't soothe me, they're going to just make me madder.
Yeah.
She said, fuck it. She's 24 now. Fuck it, man. You raised her. You sent her through college, man. Fuck it. Lick a dick. When am I, I'd have to be out of the room, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh.
I get you on that one, bro.
Key, what are your thoughts, sweetheart?
Wow. Our pain is a real simp. I didn't even know he was that. I love it. Oh man. And Prototype, I'm looking at you, sir. I'm looking at you too, sir. I don't know what's going on.
What I say? What I do?
I'm gonna share something with you. It's painful for a man to go and raise a child for years. Let's just say for years he raised this child. Child got 20 years old, graduated from wherever, okay, and finds out he's not the father of this boy.
Right.
Why don't we feel bad for the daddy? What do we say? We immediately cater to the mama. They do that on Maury. They do it on paternity court. They immediately, you see the cameras go swish straight to the woman.
Yeah, well, how did I cater to the woman? I don't get you, Take Heed. I didn't say.
Let her finish. Let her finish.
Not to the man. It doesn't go to the man. The man was the one that was done wrong. It wasn't the woman. But what she does, she stands up there. She cries. You know why she crying? You know why she crying?
Yeah.
She crying because she got caught.
Of course.
She's not crying because she feel bad. She wronged this man who took care of this baby for a certain amount of years or either months. She's not worried about that. She's worried that she got caught. And that's the sad part about this thing. And this is why I say we rob these babies. If you don't do what you're supposed to do and clink, 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 clink those legs, you rob these babies of having a good father. And what do they do? What do they do? You go out there, you rocking with Keyshawn, Tyshawn, and you messing with David. David is the one that got the most. So now when you get pregnant, you blame David. And Keyshawn and Tyshawn was riding you like a horse, but you blame David because David got the most. So now David is excited you done had this baby. He's running around telling everybody in his family. He jumps up, marry you, because he thinking this his baby. And then 11 years down the line, no other babies come. Okay? No other babies come. He go take a DNA test because the boys start looking a little different to him. He go take a DNA test and then boom, he find out the baby not his. I just don't think it's fair how we just nonchalantly just sweep it under the rug like it's okay.
I still don't get how I'm a simp in this situation, in this scenario. I didn't say sweep anything under the rug.
I ain't interrupt you, sir. So that's what I'm saying. We just sweep it under the rug like it's okay. She did it wrong. She did it wrong. So we not supposed to say she did it wrong. We just tell him, suck it up. You a man. Keep moving.
I didn't say that.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't say that.
I didn't.
No.
I'm not saying you are pain.
When you call me a simp, I'm still trying to figure out how I'm a simp. I mean, if Take Heed to the best is call somebody a simp, I gotta get restitution.
I ain't got nothing but love for you. I'm only joking.
I'm feeling hurt. I'm feeling kind of depressed now. I'm feeling depressed the rest of the night.
Don't feel hurt. I'm just saying that we just always society, we immediately cater to the woman, and she's the one that did the wrong. You always see the everybody. You got Maury, and then this is what they tell the man. They tell him, oh, you've been raising a baby, you've been taking care of the baby. The baby only know you. That's not fair. And I'm done. I'm finished.
No, I agree with you. Like I said, well, the only reason, let me just say this. I said, the reason why I said I'll walk out, because if I stay in there, I'm going to go to jail. I'm going to go to jail. That's
more than likely you'll get off.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's nothing she can say to me.
It's a crime of passion.
That's all. I should have said that.
There you go. In Texas, that's real nice and big in Texas.
I'm done anyway.
Yeah, let me tell you this, and then we move on. Embrace the grace, load your gun. I'm finna let you shoot. There was a guy here who paid for prostitution here in Texas, and he paid for prostitution. Took the girl to the hotel room. He was in the shower. While he was in the shower, the girl had a brother pull up in the car. They robbed him, took his money, took his guns out the truck, and got in his car and took off. The guy came out in his boxers, jumped in his truck, chased them down, pulled the AR-15 out the back window and riddled the car with bullets and killed both of them. He got off. It was a crime of passion. Because she took something that didn't belong to him. In Texas, you can chase a person up to 5 blocks who have stolen from you, and you can shoot them or get your stuff back by any means necessary.
What's crazy to me, right, is if we really being honest about these situations, right? The one thing a man's supposed to be able to spaz out about, it's a no. Y'all see how crazy that is?
Mm-hmm.
Right? The one thing that a man was supposed to be able to be emotionally triggered by, right? Finding out that his wife is loved, especially if it's your wife. It's your wife, all y'all. I'm just gonna keep it thorough with you. 40 or 38. Take your pick.
Man.
Woo! I'm just gonna tell you the truth about it, right? But the one thing that a man can actually, and y'all know what we discussed this. I discussed this before. Like, this is the one thing a woman's supposed to be able to tell you the truth about. The one thing, this what our people say, right? Oh, you a sucker. You didn't took care of him all this time. You might as well just keep going. Why do we look at our men like this? Just be suburban men to just be beat down and accept whatever someone puts on them, right? Because if not, then you don't look like a man. What the fuck a man look like then? Somebody explain that to me. Right. If we live here in a fucking point in this world, right? This society where the only responsibility a man has is to take the shit that's dumped on him. And y'all wonder why niggas giving up. Y'all wonder why niggas giving up. Like, fuck these, fuck it. Work, fuck it. Chicks, fuck it. Kids, fuck it. When no matter what, a man is in a lose-lose situation.
Right.
And then y'all say some shit like he dumb because he didn't get no test. So y'all some fucking liars then, right? We shouldn't believe a word out y'all motherfucking mouth then, facts?
Nope.
Facts.
So that means as a whole that women are not believable.
Right.
So which lie is it? And if you ask me, when we look at these situations that arise, especially with the men, I would have to say men are more loving and more caring because they ain't knocking your motherfucking block off.
Did you hear what I
said? Ass out the fucking window.
I ain't never looked at it like that, Rick.
That fucking baby up.
Man, I ain't never looked at it like that, Rick.
Hey, Uncle Rick, listen. About 2 days ago, the girl I was seeing, I had to tell her that because she wanted to become exclusive, when you say that to me, then you gotta get the talk. And the first thing out of my mouth was, you get pregnant, I'm getting a fucking DNA test. That's the first thing out of my mouth. You get pregnant, getting a DNA test.
Embrace the grace.
That was the end of that. That was the end of that. She wanted nothing else to do with me after that, but I didn't give a fuck.
This is what I'm saying. Stop asking men to be honorable when dealing with people that's not honorable.
There you go.
There's no honor in this game if that's the case. Y'all want men to be superior beings to some bullshit.
Right.
Shut the fuck up talking to me, bruh. When y'all ready to get right, that's when y'all come to the table. Otherwise, y'all just talking bullshit.
Embrace the grace. How can you follow that? Go ahead, Embrace.
Oh, I got it. First of all, there's six men on this panel. 2 of you have been raising children that are not yours, because it's 1 out of 3 men.
Shit, let me go check.
But that's what you guys are up against. And women, little girls, are not taught to value their womb. I remember my dad telling me almost every day, your body is your temple. Your body is your temple. Your body is, I mean, it was sowing. I didn't get pregnant till I was 30 years old. I didn't even know I was pregnant. He had to tell me I was pregnant, because I didn't know what it was to be pregnant. Because he taught me that the womb is the most valuable thing that you can give a man. And you got bitches out here giving them away like candy, like it's Halloween.
Trick or treat.
So again, and I know y'all hate that I say this all the time. Again, in order to clean up this fucking mess, it's going to take y'all men. Get a DNA test. They can do it by the blood now while she's pregnant. You don't have to wait to get the fluid out. It's going to be up to you guys to regulate this shit. And I hate that everything falls on y'all. I hate it. I hate it, and I hurt for y'all. But y'all allow, and I'll say it again, y'all been sitting on the fucking sidelines for so long, not taking action, not doing nothing. And I feel you, Rick. I feel you. And that man should get emotional about that, because he didn't put all that time and energy and money, and his mama. I told my son, I don't give a fuck who you, even your wife, we are not moving forward till I can see that DNA test. But mom, she's my wife. And I say, you don't think wives cheat or have babies out of wedlock? Or you don't trust her? No, I don't trust no bitch, especially when it comes to my grandbaby. So to land it, it's going to take y'all men to clean up this mess. And I hate that I always have to say this, and I apologize on behalf of these trifling ass hyenas. But if you want to make sure that shit go right for you, and if y'all have a son, please make him get a DNA test before you fall in love with your grandbaby, because it's a ripple effect, and it fucks everybody up, especially the child. Especially, I'm not going to tell people to stop having sex, because that's unrealistic. But stop bringing bastard children into this world. Stop doing that. Stop doing that, because it's people like us who work every day, bust our ass, that are taking care of these bastard children. And I'm fucking tired of working to take care of other people's children. I only got 1, but I'm taking care of 10 right now, because my tax money is going to other kids, and it's not fair. So to land it here, again, y'all men are the leaders. Y'all the head of households. Make sure y'all sons, y'all nephews, any male in the family, tell them, protect your seed, your money, your last name, and your peace.
Man, thank you.
And with that, I digress. My mic is muted.
My God. I see everybody has gone. I think I lost. The floor is yours.
Thank you, sir. Prototype yesterday, we had a show. I don't think a lot of people caught it when I said it, is that men, when they turn 18, are stripped of their humanity. And this is an example why. And I'll tell you why. Because once you become a man, that's it, man. People don't respect you, but they want you to be the leader. You know, I'm old school, man. I'm obedience is better than sacrifice. I'd rather do what's right, man, than to have to pay for it later. You know, because I've seen what happens when you do stuff the wrong way. You know, call it a square, call it what you want to, but the world don't honor men as if they're leaders. They wouldn't put up with this. You see what I'm saying? Everybody wants to say that women should protect their box and all this other stuff, but you don't honor men. You don't honor your leaders. So why would they lead? You see what I'm saying? Why would they care to lead a generation of disrespectful men and women?
Did you hear what I said?
Every time you look up, it's always the man's fault, regardless of whether or not he participated in the foolishness or not. They want the men to come off, the real men to come off the bench to come in and fix it. I say if they do, you should pay them. You should honor those. But my thing is they got to have some skin in the game. You know? Why would you deal with that? That's a waste of your time, a waste of your legacy because somebody else messed up. There's quite a few people, man, who just decided to say, hey, I'm not going to participate in this foolishness. Y'all do what y'all do. You know, you got women talking to men sideways. You got men, other men talking to men sideways. Damn, man, what's a brother to do? You know what I mean? I see why guys get on planes. I see why guys disappear. I see why guys get a job and be like, you know what, deuces. I just play video games. Y'all don't respect men, you know, especially the ones that leave for real. You talk about them, you do stuff behind their back sideways to sabotage them. You know, anytime they have something right to say, you got something sideways to say. That's why I say men, man, they get their humanity stripped at 18 years old. This world don't love men for real. Because think about it, there's on this planet, there's more women than men. So that would mean the men would probably be a more precious resource. You would think that you would protect something more precious, right? But we don't. It's the exact opposite. We run men in the ground. That's why men die sooner, because they're stressed out, because the rest of the community don't give a damn. So my thing is this: if you want leaders to show up, I suggest you honor them as such. I yield my mic.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for that. Takey, you want to respond to that? Go ahead, sweetheart.
Can I just say something real quick? So
yes, ma'am.
What I wanted to say is that Ricky is so correct when he said how we love, how women love. Because when we feel like we have not done anything wrong to somebody, when we feel like we haven't done anything wrong, but the evidence showed that we have wronged this person, we will be in a state of denial and we will sit there. We will sit there. We don't care what happened. That's why I always say women do stuff that the devil has never seen.
Dang.
Women do stuff that the devil has never seen. For you to sit there and be
they
like,
are the devil.
You know what I'm saying? You sit there and be like, I didn't know. You know, you always see them on a paternity court. I didn't know, but you fuck like 4 men. I didn't know. That's what you know what I'm saying? Instead of you telling the truth, but you screwed like 4 men. But since David was the only one who got a good job and he got his shit together, you immediately say David is the daddy. So David is shocked and surprised at the same time. So he jump up and marry you because you're he thinks you're telling him the truth. And you have ruined this man's life. But what you come with, instead of you saying, instead of you trying to say, I'm sorry, but what can you really say? You done messed up this man's life. But you immediately say, well, you've been raising a baby. You've been raising him. That is not the answer right now. That's not the answer right now. That's not what you should be saying to this man right now. What you should have said beforehand, before you even took the ring, you should explain to him, you slept with 3 other men. But because the Western world does not hold women accountable, but shout out to Jersey, because Jersey don't do that bullshit. Jersey don't do that bullshit. You come with a baby, they don't care where you come from. With the baby, you want to collect child support, Jersey, like, you got to get that DNA. Y'all other states is screwed up, but Jersey don't play that down here. And I'm done.
Brick City.
All right, man. So thank you, Take Heed. I appreciate that. We got a couple of super chats, then we won't get to the next video. We got Ekene in the building right now. Ekene, listen, I got something for you, Ekene, because you know, you're my African brother, man, and you always talk about these. So shout out to Ekene, man. That was for you, my guy. Appreciate the $2 super chat, my guy. All right, let's see who else we got in here. We got Big Ant in here with the $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Said respect to the panel. And can someone check on Pain? He's getting emotional. Thank you for that $10 super chat. And for you, I have something as well. Let's see what I got here. This is for you because she wrote into us and said that she knew Uncle Rick from back in the day before he got married. They used to be a couple. And so she's famous and she wanted Rick to know. So let's get her up on the scene.
They said big bag bitch, get to the bag. They said big bag bitch, you want a snack? Well, this big bag bitch, she got the stack. So put big bag bitch clothes on the rack. Ooh, on the macaroni. Move and shake it for me. Ooh, we shaking it quick and the brands are phony. Ooh, the brands are phony. Ooh, they need a Tony. They need an Emmy, Oscar, Grammy, cause the shit's baloney. The way they be faking like they're making all the sizes. If you ain't got at least a 4X, you ain't trying. Ooh, so give it to us, baby. Give us our guys. Give it to us when we step on the spot.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Rick, did you want to respond to her? Okay. No.
I knew it was a reason I didn't like you.
Ladies and gentlemen, sausage biscuit.
Sausage biscuit, ladies and gentlemen. All right, thank you so much for that sausage biscuit. I appreciate it. $10 super chat, Big Ant. Appreciate you, man. All right. So I want to move on to the next video. I think it's very important. Then we go to the last one. Who's got to break that last one down? That last one's going to be who we talking about parenting by estoppel. Good God Almighty. I just want y'all to hear it out the lawyer's mouth. That'll be the last video we watch, but I definitely want you guys to see this one. Here we go.
Got this straight. He's voluntarily giving you $1,000 a month for child support, correct?
That's correct.
He has the children, you said Sunday through Wednesday?
Yes.
Which means you have them Wednesday through Sunday.
That's correct.
Who pays health insurance?
I do, Your Honor.
How much is health insurance?
It's roughly $309 a month. She asked me a question.
But she's still talking to me, though.
Okay. I did ask him a question.
Okay.
So, everything that I just repeated back to you is accurate, right?
He has money. He's spending on other women.
That wasn't my question. Everything that I just repeated back to you is accurate, right?
Pretty much.
So I'm confused as to why you're here. Are you trying to put him on
I want to put Yes, I want to put him on child
You want to
support.
put him on child support
Yes,
for
ma'am.
the $1,000, or are you trying to put him on child support for something more?
Something more, yes.
Okay, let me move over to, well, before I move over to him, what do you do for a living?
I'm a teacher.
All right, how much money you make?
I make about $60,000.
All right, do you have access to private health insurance for the children?
Yes, I do, but I'm a teacher. I don't have that extra. That's why the father should help out with that.
He does. He pays health insurance.
Yes.
He just said he pays $309.
Yes.
So you can't say he needs to help out with that because he's already doing it.
You're right, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Now, sir, what do you do for a living?
I'm a truck driver.
Truck driver. How much money do you make?
I make roughly maybe 82 a year.
All right.
Okay.
Now, help me make sense of this. You give her $1,000 a month for the children. You pay health insurance. You all have a split schedule.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm missing something. Like, what is the issue? Why are we here? Because I would think that you bring someone to child support court if they're not doing something. I do understand making it legal, putting it in a document, but you're asking for more money. So I'm trying to get the disconnect here.
So what it is, Your Honor,
he's spending money on.
she never lets me talk. So
Okay, I'm gonna let you talk.
Exactly.
Okay.
what it is, Your Honor, she didn't mention this, but she's engaged.
Wow.
And she just found out that I'm recently dating, so now she's mad at me.
Oh, I'm mad.
There
I'm
goes
mad.
the
Very
conflict.
mad.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
There goes the conflict.
I'm
Now,
not
I
mad.
asked what was the disconnect here. It was something missing. So you brought him to court because he has a new girlfriend?
No, ma'am. I'm not
That's
mad
exactly
about
why, Your Honor.
And you're engaged?
Yes, ma'am.
He's still gonna want to marry you after he see what you're doing to this man?
He's on my side about this.
Of course he is.
So he agrees that he should be paying more than
Yes.
$1,000 a month
Yes,
in
like
child
I said,
support.
he has other women that he's pretty much
What does
tricking
his
money
other
on.
women have to do with anything?
He's spending all
Quite
the money.
frankly, you shouldn't care. You have a whole nother man that you should be worried about, and you over here all in his business.
I'm not trying to be
And
in
he
his
doesn't
business.
even
You
work
are
for him.
trying to be in his business because you have mentioned it twice that he has other women. His
Yes.
other women has nothing to do with this case.
it
So
really
you can
does,
pipe
Your Honor.
down
It really
and stop
does.
bringing that up. It has nothing to do with
Okay.
it. Well, let
It
me
really
say it like
does.
this. It is not going to have an impact on my decision today.
Wow. Okay.
Okay? Thank you. Now, so you have a new girlfriend and she's in her feelings about it. Okay?
She always try to come by to see if she's there. If she sees out, she always try to come make a hostile environment.
Did your fiance come to court today?
No, he didn't.
Oh, well, I'm glad. Because if what he's saying is true, that's not a good look.
I am not jealous. I'm not hating. I'm not coming by the house or anything looking for him.
Okay.
So again, the disconnect is
stop spending that money on the other women and
I need you to stop interrupting me.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you have not done anything to prove to me yet that this man needs to pay you even the $1,000.
Okay.
You said the children are in private school. It's $1,000 for private school.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's the whole child support, that I need more money to take care of them.
But you're a
You're
teacher.
taking care of yourself.
What?
You're not taking care of them.
You don't know that.
I do.
Miss Henry, Miss Henry,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
obviously came here to waste my time.
No,
okay?
no, Your Honor.
Yes, you did.
No.
Yes, you
No.
did. You are asking for more money, and he's giving just that. He's giving $1,000. He's covering the kids' tuition.
So what about clothing?
Y'all have a split schedule.
I
He
buy
needs
them.
to
I got
maintain
clothes at my
clothing.
house.
Excuse me,
Please,
Mr.
you
Henry.
bring the
Excuse me.
kids
Give me a
back
minute.
home and they
Give me
look
a minute.
just-
Here's the reality of it. You all have a split schedule. You need to be providing clothing and everything for your home. You need to be providing clothing and everything for your home. This is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to order anybody to pay child support. What I'm going to do is that you testified to this. You said tuition was $1,000.
Yes.
$500 per child. So you know what? You're going to pay $500
Wow.
and he's going to pay
Judge.
$500 directly to the school.
That
is
you make
right.
more money than I do, and you had.
And you're going to keep maintaining the health insurance. Okay. Now,
Thank
if you decide to get private health insurance on your own through your employer, you're obviously you know you can do that. The children can be double insured, but
True.
I'm not going to have him pay more than $1,000 or even continue paying $1,000 when, based on both of your testimony, you have a split schedule. That's what's in the best interest of the children, and that's what's fair.
Fair?
That is fair.
That's not fair.
Well, it is fair today. Did you have anything else?
You got it. You got it.
It's always about me, right?
It is.
I asked
It
you a
is.
question. Did you have anything further for today?
No, I don't.
Okay, Mr.
Just
Henry,
when
did you
bring
have?
the kids back home, make sure they're dressed properly, please.
I bring them back with what they came with.
What? Okay.
Okay, well, Mr. Henry, is there anything further?
That's it, Your Honor.
If there is nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Imagine if all the judges would behave in that manner. I lost in translation. I want you to go first on this one, Doc. I saw you over there bobbing your head and throwing your fist up, Doc. Come on, man. Talk to me.
Yeah, man.
We finally found a judge who can do math and
Come
use
on,
common
man.
sense. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
You know, y'all roughly make about the same amount of money. You should, tote the load. You know what I mean? In this particular case, she was mad because he was entertaining somebody else. And if I'm not mistaken, the father said the other dude didn't have no job. So I guess she was trying to make him cover up, you know what I mean, for what her new man should have been doing. My thing is this, that ain't even the new man responsibility. You know what I'm saying? That's between her and her husband, or her ex or whatever they want to call each other. But at the end of the day, man, it's like the judge said, it's for the best interest of the children. And I think women shouldn't be using child support as a means to wield a weapon to get back at their baby daddy, man, because they don't like this, the situation that he's in. He'd have moved on and he did better. And she's just trying to make his life hell. So I'm going to leave it at that. Shout out to the judge, man, for this one, man. I appreciate her for that one.
Oh, absolutely. TJ, what you got for us?
Well, I've seen this clip before, and it actually reminds me a lot of my situation of what happened when my daughter's mother took me to child support for the first time. It's rare that, you get some kind of equity in the child support situation. Like my daughter's mother, I'll just keep it a buck. She was, when she was 4 months, I worked out a deal with her to give her about $750 a month. And she wanted to go on assistance for the birthing costs because she was coming out of work because she was high risk. And I put her on because you could do domestic partnership bullshit. So I put her on my medical insurance to avoid that because I knew what the play was. She was trying to get her, trying to get a state sponsor, whatever. So we went to court. She took me to court because she wanted the child support system to award her the $750 a month. But according to state statute, it doesn't matter what I was giving her. They could only take 17% of my income. At that time, that 17% was, I think it came out to $268 a month. And it was factored down because my daughter was on my medical benefits as well, and she got hostily angry at them because she wanted them to order the $750. And up there, you don't really see a judge for the first time. You see a court commissioner, and then they render a decision, but you can appeal it to a judge, whatever. But the court commissioner told her, he goes, "No, I'll be more than glad to give you an order for $220 for $267. I'll give you an order for that." And she goes, the commissioner goes to her, "But if I'm a betting man, I've been doing this for a long time. If I ordered the $267, I think that's all you're ever going to get." And I went in with a lawyer. I know better. You know what I mean? And he gave her 30 days to think about it. She never showed back up for the next court hearing. That's how I ended up not being on child support. Because at the next court hearing, I actually went to my daughter's mother's house to pick her up to go there. I thought it was hilarious. But I picked up my daughter. She was like, "I'll meet you down there," and she never showed up. So that's how I wound up not being on child support, is because she didn't show back up for her secondary hearing for her to think about the $267. And she worked out, but it ended up working out better for her in the long run. But you see that, unfortunately, in most states, and sometimes including in mine, it's not an equitable distribution of. And in my state, believe it or not, the mother's income is not factored into the child support system. What she can do doesn't matter. She can make $5 million a year. Doesn't matter. It's based on the non-custodial parent's income. It doesn't matter what the custodial parent makes or don't make. And that's how a lot of states are, actually. Very few states does what they call some kind of equitable distribution where they factor in the other parent's income. Georgia does it. They factor in, but most other states, it's the custodial parent's income doesn't matter. It's the non-custodial parent.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for that, man. I appreciate it. As we move on, I want to go up to Embrace the Grace. Embrace the Grace, what are your thoughts on what you just saw?
I have a lot of experience in this, so let me share something with you. The minute I heard him say everything he was doing for this child, I knew she was going to go in there and lose, because women are so vindictive, so malicious, so greedy that shit is going to come back and bite him in the ass. And y'all women need to stop doing that, because these judges are getting hip to the bullshit. I'm gonna share a personal story. My ex was going through a child support issue with his ex, and because I had to lay the law down. I said, "Yo, there's too," I was budgeting, and I said, "There's too much money leaving this house." You lay your head here. This is where you get your drawers washed. This is your main priority. So I did an Excel spreadsheet, and I got all the receipts, and I did everything. It was so good that his lawyer, well, it was our lawyer, put it into court for evidence. It came to the point where he overpaid so much that the child's child support was $403. They never give men money back. What they do is that they deduct it. So for 2 years, he only had to pay $203 versus $403 because he was overpaying. It wasn't that I was being greedy. It wasn't, come on, the math wasn't mathing. I was the type of chick that he was an over-the-road truck driver. I would write her check and give it to her on her job. And you know, because to me, it was just a bill. You know, okay, that's a bill. But women don't see it that way. And the fact that he was spending money on other women, what does that have to do with the children? Women, get out your fucking feelings. It's about the children. You got a whole man not working, but you worried about him? Come on. I mean, when are we some women make us good women look so bad. That's why I don't have a chance in hell sometimes, because like some of y'all men say, you can't tell the good ones from the bad ones because there's so many bad ones. It's like crazy. I'm going to put on a protector vest on to let y'all know I'm one of the good ones. I'm a good one. It's like, it's crazy. That's why I'm going to preach, men, protect your seed. Get that DNA test from the RIC. And I tell my homeboys, put yourself on child support because it would budget your money. It would know how much she's going to get. She can't ask for more. She can't ask for less. And it will help in your next relationship where you could tell that female, hey, this is my child support. This is the money that goes. You can't do shit about it. The courts, you know, I know a lot of men might disagree, but child support does bring structure and discipline to your budgeting and finances. So with that, I digress. My mic is muted.
Hey, Grace, let me tell you something. You just got yourself a little merchandise and a shirt. I'm one of the good ones.
Right? Embrace one of the good ones.
I'm one of the good ones. You might as well go ahead and do it.
Well,
I like that. I like that.
Well, R-Pain, since you're already licking the brow, you might as well go ahead and go, man.
Damn.
How do you? I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you. How do you feel about the situation? How do you feel about the video?
Man, you know, listen, it's always good to see a man get justice in the system. I've seen that judge before. And, you know, so I didn't see that particular clip, but she seemed like she's always fair, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to see a man get some justice. I was hoping that she would scratch the $1,000 and look at the money and say, listen, he got the kids for one extra day. You need to pay him child support.
Right.
Yeah, I seen one of those too. So the system messed up, man. It just is, you know. That was one of my new laws, how to fix all that shit, you know. It's the tapes on your inventory.
Absolutely. Uncle Rick, talk to me.
I'm truly appalled at you guys and how you're approaching this situation. I mean, he's been paying child support all this time. Why lower it, right? He been paying it this much. You might, hey, get another job so he can pay more, right?
Yeah.
Right. That's how dumb y'all sound when y'all be talking about why a man got to get a DNA test. Why she can't get one?
How's she gonna get a DNA test? It's coming out her vagina. We know she's the mother.
You're not. Again, why can't she initiate the DNA test for the father?
You asking for too much because women ain't shit.
Why?
Because women ain't shit.
Why?
Because women ain't shit. You want me to say it again? You can clip that. Women ain't shit.
Just making sure everyone agrees.
Clipped.
Okay.
Just making sure everyone agrees. What are women responsible for?
What you force them to be responsible for, because obviously we're children and we can't do right. We need leadership, we need structure, and we need discipline, and that's why we need y'all men.
Right. So
that's why Embrace needs y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about the other hyenas, but I know that I need y'all and I value you and I respect you.
I'm not arguing your point.
No, I know, but to try to convince this whole mass of women walking around, and the reason I do it is because I have a son and I don't want to get stuck with a hyena as a daughter-in-law, because it's not going to work out for nobody, not even the fish. I'm going to be walking the fish outside.
Hey.
But I can admit it, a lot of women ain't shit. Not all, but most. I'll even say most. Most women ain't shit.
A large majority?
Most. Yes, a large minority. I'm agreeing with you, Rick. I've seen too much. I agree with you. I'm fighting a hard battle. You know how many dragons and hyenas me and Take Heed got to slay? So I agree with you. I agree with you. But you think most women are going to admit it? Do you think they're going to admit that they ain't shit? They love to be wrong and strong. That's their motto. Let's be wrong and strong.
Take heed to the message. What did you think about that judge?
So I just have just a little pushback. The judge was amazing, but I have a little pushback. Ricky, the black woman is God. Did you hear what Dr. Omar said? Omar said the black woman is God. Okay?
That was good.
All right? God don't make no mistakes. Am I right? God don't make no mistakes. The black woman is God. Okay? Now, don't clip that because I'm only playing. I'm not serious at all.
You know that's already clipped, right? Look at him. Look at him. Look how he's concentrating.
And you ain't nobody safe, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Dude, what y'all talking about over here, man? I'm over here just
Hey, JT, we done seen that look many a time.
We done
You know
seen
what
it
I'm
look
saying?
too many times, man. That's that sniper look right there. That's that. He cutting it just right.
When she
surgically
started saying, when the baby mama was saying that he's spending money on other women, I immediately knew that's just jealousy. That's why she's bringing him to court, because she want to try to shut down some of that money. And you know what? I'm gonna share something with you. I'm a victim of this too, especially with my mama. My daddy had a good job, worked for the city, always dressed in suit. He was clean, dark-skinned man. He always kept his stuff tight, nice caddy, everything, right? Every time my mama turned around, she was taking him to court. Every time she turned around, she was taking this man to court. Because why? My daddy would not leave his family. He would not leave his family. My mama was jealous. Okay? And when a woman gets jealous, she can just do about anything. And here we go. She jealous of him having a relationship. Mind you, she's engaged. You see what I'm saying? She jealous.
That's good, Black David.
Okay, so now she got a man, but the man she got is a Pookie and Rere, and she a teacher. Why this man don't have no job? Why he encouraging you to take this man to court? I'm gonna share something with you, and this is personal right here. My husband, when we first got married, he said, every time I turn around, you going to court. You going to court every time I turn around. Why is that? I said, because he owed me child support. So I got to go there. My husband said, I want you to go up to that caseworker and drop that child support. I told my husband, I said, I don't want to do that. He said, I want you to, because it doesn't make sense. I said, but he owed me rears like 40 something. You know what I'm saying? And my husband was like, no, just let him go. Just let him go. Mind you, my baby daddy couldn't stand my husband. He couldn't stand him. But look at my husband showing him grace. My husband said, relax, lay off this man. Lay off him. Just let him be a father to his son. Just lay off him. What did I do? I took my happy ass up there to the court system and I took him off. And they told me, what? I said, yeah. And I told them I don't want the rears either. You see what I'm saying? So because of my king is the one that saved him, and he couldn't stand my husband. Child support really needs to get revised or something. But the sad part is the states are making money off of it. So that's why they won't do anything. They making money off that, especially the ones who on welfare. Because mind you, they don't get all that money from child support. They only get $50 a month for child support. The rest of the money, if the baby daddy is paying $1,000, $1,500 a month for those children, they do not see that money. She doesn't see that money. The state sees that money because you want to know why? The state is giving her welfare. And this is the sad part about all this foolery. She only brought that man because she was jealous. Because she kept saying he giving all his money to all these other females. But you didn't want this man. You didn't want this man. You had children with him, but you didn't want him. I'm done.
Teammates.
Prototype is on you, brother.
Ooh. Y'all so angry. Y'all so angry. Y'all so angry. Listen, man.
It's that millennial bullshit he's about to come up with.
It's disgusting. Oh man.
Give it to us, brother.
Listen, man. Let's keep it funky. Most men don't see the judge. They stop at the mediator. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they get caught up in these situations. Y'all over here blaming a judge. Oh, that judge is gracious. That judge is this. Listen, I went through this process, right? The mediator's job is to not allow you to see the judge. I went through this process. I had to go back 4 times to see the judge. They set me up with the mediator 3 straight times. And they was like, well, you can't see the judge. It took me 4 times to go see the judge. When I finally got to the judge, I got everything I wanted. Everything I wanted. So on top of that, let's keep it funky. Most men don't want their kids. They don't want to raise these kids full time. I wanted my kids. You know what I'm saying? So I went in for the gusto. I wanted full custody. Got it. She had to pay me child support. I ain't enforce it, but that was the court order. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted all of it. And for the men that want all of it, that want to raise their kids and be a part of their kids' life and do it that way and say, screw her, these is my kids, they can get that. I get tired of the complaining. Oh, well, I got her half the time and you got her half the time. No, let's keep it funky. You only want the kids half the time. Because if you really wanted to be a father to your kids, you would want them all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, they went to go see her. I wanted my holidays for me. So I sent my kids with their mother for the holidays, and I'm outside doing me. But I made sure that, they was going to school. I took care of everything Monday through Friday. She was the weekend parent. And that's the way I wanted it. That's what I liked. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to party on the weekends. So, I mean, if these men really wanted to be fathers, then they would go for the gusto. I get tired of the complaining. You know what I'm saying? And it really ain't much more than that. I mean, y'all can go ahead and make excuses for these people if y'all want to, but I'm the type of man, like, I'm like Bishop off the Juice. You gotta take control of your own destiny. Put the wind behind your wings, baby, and fly. You know what I'm saying? The way you wanted to do it, man. You control your own life.
Partner.
You know what? I want to say real quick. Take heed if I may, sweetheart.
And I'm in Georgia.
Now watch this. Now watch this prototype. My sister, God bless her, she ain't shit. But my sister took her husband, her ex-husband that she left, that she treated like shit, to child support court. And while they were in there, I happened to be there because I knew some shit was gonna break loose. And at the end of the day, my sister ain't shit, but I didn't want the man to bust my head sister white to the white meat, so I had to be there. So I went. Me and my brothers went, and we sat there. And man, when I left that courtroom, I felt sorry for him. I really did. He sat there in front of the judge. He said, "I'm retired military." He said, "I suffer from a lot of illnesses from the military that I cannot be working right now. I need help. I need mental help. I have PTSD." He gave him all his medical records here. Boom. And so this is the reason why. Now, if she wants money, he said, "I've been giving her $800 a month since me and her separated. $800 a month." He asked my sister, well, I'm thinking more $1,500 a month. Maybe $1,600 because it's 2 kids. So $800 per kid. And my brother-in-law said, I can't pay that, Your Honor, because at this moment I can't work because of my disability. The judge say they got jobs where they hire people with disabilities. He said $1,600 granted. And that was my brother-in-law that my sister was no longer with. I told my sister, you ain't shit. And to this day, me and her I speak, but man, I'm disgusted with her. That you ain't shit.
Where did the kids live? Who had the kids?
They were splitting the kids.
He had to get full custody. That's the only way.
Yeah,
get full custody. Kids. He had to get full custody. That's the only way. You don't want to pay child support? Get full custody. You go into the court talking about this partial custody, 50-50. Oh, they spend some time at my house. No, you got to go for the gusto. Stop shaking your head. No, and I'm telling you what happens.
I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know. Just like you said that you got custody of your children, you went for the gusto. Let me share something with you. No judge in the United States of America will give children to the father unless the mother ain't shit.
She's unfit.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
How when I'm telling you my anecdotal experience?
They do not give.
You're the rule to the exception.
I'm not. I know that
you mean the exception to the rule.
Yeah, you know that part.
Men don't get to the judge.
Appreciate it.
Come on, baby. Don't play Grace.
Y'all quit.
We all know that the judge do not release children to the father.
This is not a father-friendly. They're not father-friendly. These courts are not father-friendly.
And that's why men don't fight because it's
but it takes money. Do you know it took $50,000?
Hold on. This is the thing, though, you guys. This is where we missing it. What Prototype is saying, though, is that in essence, the majority of fathers don't want to be full-time fathers. That's in essence.
Okay.
That's why he led with that. The majority of fathers don't want to be full-time fathers. So then the problem would be the other portion is fathers that don't want to go to court and actually fight, right? They go there, they run, they do the rigmarole, the dance. Some of them agree with everything that this judge and that lawyer is saying. And then the other ones don't show up. And you know what happens when a man don't show up? It's a default, right?
Family.
So we already understand that for one, yes, and to you guys' take heed, embrace, to you guys' point, there's a lot that would go against the father. No doubt about that. Absolutely. And this is the man talking about, and I've been through the child court and all that shit. But let me tell you, it's not just ain't shit women when it comes down to these courts. A lot of it comes down to men not fighting back. A lot of niggas ain't fighting. This is one of the things, and you will hear a lot of it on the Black Man Unfiltered. When you hear us talking, most of the time you will hear it come out that a lot of you niggas ain't fighting, right? I was one of them where it got to the point where I was just like, first I wasn't. I didn't like court because I was married, right? And the last thing I wanted to do is have somebody tell me how to be a fucking father to my motherfucking kids. I was held in contempt, and this is no lie, 7 times in court. I didn't know the lingo, and I was emotional because my family was being torn up, right? And I'm looking at my kid's mother like, you gonna tell these fucking strangers this bullshit? So I'm not speaking court talk. I'm speaking my talk. Fuck you. Bro, in court, I gotta go to court at 9. I gotta be at work at 12. I ain't making it work. I was held in contempt. I didn't understand that I was a fucking infant, which a lot of you guys don't know that. When we go to court, we need somebody to speak for us because we're infants. All I was doing was cussing everybody out. I cussed her out. I cussed my lawyer out. I cussed the judge out. 7 times this happened. because I really loved my family and I didn't think nobody was supposed to do that. Flip this. The majority of people that's in that family court shit, they ain't married. Family court should be basically off of married people. And it should all be encompassed. Divorce and child support, right? Problem is, this should be held as a default. Motherfucker have to fight it a different way now. All these different things that we're talking about. In that video that we saw, that man was just trying to be a father to his kids. That man wasn't trying to fight, but this bitch was out here trying to take blood from this dude. He had no choice but to say, okay, man, look, this is what the fuck this shit is. Like what he was speaking he was just speaking his talk. He wasn't speaking no shit about court. If you know, he was just like, the nigga, he was telling the judge, the nigga ain't got no job. The judge couldn't listen to that because that's hearsay, right? The same thing on how but the judge was on his side. So the judge was acting like the lawyer and the judge. That's why she had to call that woman out. But this is the thing. That man didn't fight initially. It was what it was. He did what he was supposed to do. Then this bitch kept wanting more and more and more. And he had no choice. Because guess what he got? Another woman on his line now. And the last thing he want to do is have that woman in his business when it comes down to him taking care of his fucking kids. Last thing is a man want to have is anybody telling us how to take care of our fucking kids. It is degrading for us to go to court. Most men will not go there until we get to the point where we like, all right, man, you gotta do it. But most of us don't want to do that because that's my fucking child. My intentions is great for them. I don't need you and I don't need that goddamn mama to tell me shit. And it makes us angry and it makes us upset. And that shit gets us to a point where we get bitter. But we need men like a prototype. We need men like a Lost in Translation, our pain, to give us some type of insight, right? You're going to need a dude like prototype to say, nah, nigga, you can't let that shit happen, dog. You out here, you fucking up. Take your ass to court, get you a lawyer, do whatever you need to do, and you fight her ass. You need that nigga in your life. And that's what a lot of these guys didn't have. In my generation, we didn't have that nigga. I didn't. When I was in there and I'm fighting that shit, I'm fighting against a woman that I actually love. How that shit look?
Now, can I add something to what you just said?
Yeah.
I just looked it up. As of 2022, for a man, this is just generally speaking, I just looked it up. If y'all want to look it up, it's under the Ferris Law Group. For a man to fight for custody of his children, the minimum is $5,000. That's family court. Depending on how long it goes, it says here $5,000 to $40,000 for you to fight for your kid. Now, that's as of 2022. And things are going up from there. My thing is this. What people don't know. No, you do. I shared this with everybody. Goddamn, I don't know why I think people don't know. My son and my daughter, before I got married, I had a son and a daughter with my ex. And watch this. I had to get real dirty. And thank God I made a lot of money. Oh my God, because if I didn't, I wouldn't have my kids today. I had to get dirty. I had to hire people. I had to have people watch her. I had to turn her friends on her. I had to, pay people to take pictures of her when she went out. You had your homegirl take pictures of her passed out. I went through the legal documentation to see what she could do, what she couldn't do, found out all the things that she couldn't do that she was doing anyway, and had people take pictures. Had a picture of my daughter doing this in the picture, taking the picture, and they said no liquor should be in the household whatsoever. And there's liquor bottles all over the counter. I remember one time she got beat up by a boyfriend, and she sent me the picture and say, "Don't bring the kids because my boyfriend swore my eye. I don't want the kids to see me like this." I used that. And when I brought all that information out, because at first, the judge was on my ass, bro. He said, I don't care. about her relationships. I don't care about what she's doing in her personal life. Sir, we're here for a custody case. He said, come back next. I said, no, fuck. If I come back again, I got to spend another fucking $1,500, $3,000. What the fuck are we told? Why I got to come back? And keep in mind, I'm driving 400 fucking miles.
Mm-hmm.
Because the case was in Louisiana. That's when I was living in Louisiana. I was living in Dallas, but I had to drive back and forth to Louisiana because it was based in Louisiana. So I had to drive back 435 fucking miles back and forth. And I had to still pay the lawyer. Thank God it was my cousin, but she still tagged my ass like a Sears discount sale. She got me. And because she needed money for everything. I had to get the girl drug tested. It was just an ongoing thing that went on for months. I think we started fighting in January. I didn't get custody of my kid. It was off and on. And I didn't get custody of my kids till like October or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the money, if I could just put it on the screen, how much money I spent fighting for them babies.
Yep.
It was worth it, but goddamn.
How old were you, black man, at that time? How old were you?
I got my kids now are 16 and 15. I got them when they were 7 and 6. So I was in my 20s, late 20s.
How many guys in their 20s that actually did what you and Prototype did? That was the point right there.
They did, because most of the dudes weren't making my kind of money.
Right.
And another dude, and I be telling you know what I used to Prototype, I used to tell men, hey dude, do it like me. Nigga, we ain't got that kind of fucking money. You gonna pay for it, nigga?
Yeah.
That's what they're asking me. Nigga, you gonna invest, nigga? You gonna give me $3,000, nigga?
Yep.
That's what they used to ask me.
But this is the thing too, man. And I'm gonna end this. Let me say this. I didn't add the other men on that list. A lot of us didn't have your husband in our ear. Take heed. You were absolutely blessed.
Yes, she is.
That man literally was looking at the overall picture.
Yeah, fact.
He was looking at the overall picture.
Hey, fuck it. Yeah.
Still family.
Yeah.
It's still fucking family. And that man, that's the dopest shit in the world. And I apologize for that, because that man was out cold right there. That's why we need that. And that's crazy that your testimony actually, it shines a light on a lot of things when it comes down to that. Because again, men and women are better together. It ain't shit better than that. Being by yourself is not meant for any of us, women or men. We're better together. I end that. I had to have that. That was in my head, man. I had to get.
Can I just say something?
No, I want to just say something about. Go ahead, Grace.
Prototype, I get you. I totally get you. I was the prototype in my ex-husband's case because he wanted to give up. And I said, no, my son has a brother, okay? And he needs that brother. And I grew up seeing where my mom ran my dad, and she doesn't believe in stepchildren and blended family. In the Dominican culture, that's not accepted. And I didn't want to be that way. So I made it a point. But it cost $50,000 for the divorce, the custody. She wanted to move when she found out she got pregnant. So I made it, which cost $5,000, where she couldn't go 50 miles north, east, west, or south without his signature. But it takes money. And a lot of young men or middle-aged men, Prototype, don't have that kind of money. But there are a lot of organizations now, because I've been looking into that, onlydads.org. But the thing is, it takes a lot of money. Look what JT had to go through. And I get it, Prototype, but we need more men like you and JT to shed it on these dads, because kids do better in single father households. Why? Because most women ain't shit. I digress. My mic is muted.
The key thing in all of this is fathers wanting full custody.
Coming soon.
That's the key in all of this. Is you don't have to pay that much.
But we need to hear it from men like you more, Prototype. These men.
I mean, y'all don't want to hear it because you argued me down until JT said something. Take heed.
That's not true. That's not true, because I wanted to let you know that it does cost a lot of money, and the average black man doesn't have an extra $5,000.
In 2012, it cost me $350. All I had to do was get them legitimized and pay for the court costs. That's all I paid. I didn't pay for no.
It's different for different states.
Look, that was a goddamn deal.
Florida's not like that.
I paid to get
Here's the thing: it's
legitimized.
It's hard for Prototype to say what he needs to say when people talking over him. I'm just gonna say that. Prototype,
For sure,
finish
for
your
sure.
story, sir. Finish your
But
story,
yeah,
sir.
I paid for legitimization, and that's the right to fight for them. And I paid for the court costs. And once I got in the court, the judge is the only one paying attention to this paperwork, and he's the only one that can say if you can get full custody or not. Now, I had plenty of evidence on why I should be the custodial parent, but that's different though. But I wanted full custody, and that's what separated me from any other father out here. Is the fact that I wanted my kids full time. I didn't need her help, didn't want her help. Look, judge, I got my kids, this and this and this. I pay this and this and this. And the judge heard it. It was like, all right, you got it. Whatever you want, you have it.
I think the real reason why most guys don't say anything is because it's expected for them to take care of their kids. I'll give an example. My brother went through the same thing. He got full custody of his son at 2 years old, but he had to show neglect. Now, he did have a fire attorney, a white woman, who made sure that he took care of business. But he got full custody of my nephew, and he got her to pay child support. You know, she was bad like that. So those are the stories that you don't hear of because we really don't mention it. You see what I'm saying? But guys are taking care of their kids, you know? Ain't that what the CDC said? Most black fathers involved in their kids'
There you
lives.
go.
51%.
You know? The narrative that guys don't want their kids, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But as far as you being able to take care of your kids or get full custody, it happens. Guys just don't brag about it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because they're already admitting that they selected a woman that wasn't quite ideal. So they kind of, you know, keep it under the rug and be like, you know, I got my kids, you know, and leave it at that.
I think the number is 7% of men have full placement of their children. I think it's like 7%. I put in the chat that child support was first enacted in this country in 1975. So prior to 1975, there was no such thing as child support in the United States.
True.
So this is my lifetime. I was born a couple of years later. So there are guys on the panel are paying who were living in the world where there was no child support. And child support was designed primarily, and I've said this over and over again, was primarily designed for wives.
Yep.
It's a wife benefit. It's a wife benefit. This is why I don't understand why the wives of America are not losing their fucking mind. Because these, you know, these single hyena mothers are getting the bit. What's the point of what's the purpose of a woman getting married when she can get everything a wife gets?
Damn.
She get every fucking thing a wife gets.
Y'all keep taking on my smoke, man.
If the child support is high enough, it's tantamount to child support. And in some situations, in some states like California, they can if a guy has means, let's say most guys are not like this. Well, let's just say he's a $750,000 a year earner. This woman got 2 or 3 kids that don't belong to him, but there's one there that belong to him. Some of these courts are punishing the earner and making it and setting a child support order enough to cover the other children in the house that are not his. That's why I don't understand these. We need a joint task force for this. To combat this. These are wife benefits. It's hard to, I always tell people, if we want to get this under control, we're going to have to abolish entitlement programs, take child support back to a wife benefit.
Yep.
And things will get a lot better. But also, men have to also fight the fight, and I understand the economic ramifications of it. But this is how I put it: what is your kid's life worth to you? I mean, it's an unfortunate, pain and expense, and what it does would obliterate, and the fact that it can obliterate you from an economic standpoint. But how many times in life do a man have to start over? And we do. Some men start over at 55. It ain't ideal, but at least you know the road, so the recovery time can be quicker. It ain't fair, but it is what it is, given the current system that we are in. Prior to 1975, there's no such thing as child support in this country, like as an established entity.
because child support was dealt with in divorce court.
Yeah, take you
ahead.
one to respond to TJ. Then we got James Humbert, Humbert, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, man. All right, so take heed to the message. Go ahead and shoot, and then we'll get Lost in Translation. Did you already went Lost in Translation?
Yeah, I already went, man.
Okay, and then we'll get James in here. Go ahead, I'm gonna take heed. I'm sorry.
So prototype.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? So I misunderstood. Go ahead, girl. Her mic.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we hear you.
Did you call me girl?
It's old school. I don't mean no harm by it. I got checked on it before.
Motherland queen.
It's okay.
I got checked on it a few times. My bad. It's just my lingo.
She was flattered.
It's a good spirit.
This is what I want to say to you, baby. I'm sorry. I was not trying to be nasty with you. I want you to know that first. I just was shocked that you came and said that men don't really want their children. You know what I'm saying? I disagree with you on that part, but for you to go and fight for your children and get up there and talk your smack, baby, I'm loving it. I want you to know that I'm not trying to be nasty or be rude to you, baby. I just was surprised because I'm gonna share something with you. In the Western world, it doesn't work like that. But what happened was God had a hand in that whole foolery. And you had a good judge that saw good in you, that he knew the children will be safer with you. So that's what I wanted to say to you, baby. And I'm done. I'm finished.
I say that I'm not special. I'm only special in my efforts and tenacity, but I'm not special in what I'm allotted. Like I said, I'm not saying men don't want to be fathers to their kids. I'm saying they don't want them full time like I did. Like I wanted to control everything about my kids.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? So unless they want that, you're not going to win. But that's the only way to win is to go in like I want it all. You can't go in there half-assing. You know what I'm saying? Asking for half or, they spend some of the time at my house and some of the time at their house. And we should split it down the middle. Why do I got to pay anything if they're half with me and half with her? No, you can't go in like that. I was like, I don't care. I don't want her to have no time. These kids are mine.
I want it all.
Like these kids are mine. And the judge was like, well, we can't do it like that. So she can get every other weekend and the holidays. I'm like, all right. But if it was up to me, they would never see her again. You know what I'm saying? So I want it all.
Can I ask you something though?
Ain't that like the first rule of negotiations? Go as high as possible.
As high as possible.
No, not in my field. Not in my field of work. No, you don't go as high as possible. You start with a compromise that could possibly be agreed with at the highest point because you got a window. If you try to go outside that window, it's frowned upon because what they'll do is they'll consider you looking to get more out of it than you should. And then they'll start to compromise on a negative. You don't want that. You want them to start off with an agreement. You want them to have a positive outlook so they can actually come to the table and be willing to offer something up. That way you have something to work with. I work in government contracting. So if you start off fighting people, they're going to fight you back. And you don't want that because most of us don't have time to be fighting. We want to compromise.
True.
And I have to ask you a question. You won your case. You had a positive outcome. Are you telling us that there was no chink in her armor? She had no flaw in her case. Are you saying that?
She wasn't the better parent. There was
I couldn't hear you. Your microphone.
She wasn't on crack or I didn't have to snoop on her. She wasn't doing drugs or anything like that. She was educated just like I was.
Well, no, I mean, did she have are you saying that she had no flaw in her case?
Nobody's perfect, so I don't understand the question.
In other words, did the judge have anything negative on your behalf against her that gave you such a positive outcome? Because what we're all saying and what I'm trying to say, which is why I was so loud on the messages, is because that's not normal. It usually happens when there's a flaw in her case. Now, if there's a flaw, it was a flaw in her case, something that we can all tell us what that flaw is, if you're okay with that, or give us an idea of what that was. Because if you're saying she had no flaws and you just won, That's something. That's loud. That's something that we all want to know about, and we would like to know about that. How did that happen for you? What was the uniqueness in your case, and what was something that ununique in her case? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The uniqueness in my case was she was just like any other volatile baby mama.
She was volatile.
If you would add, yeah, she was definitely volatile.
Okay. How was she volatile?
But it was like leave a baby on your doorstep type nonsense.
Mm-hmm. Okay, would you be able to play devil's advocate for us and tell us, as far as the judge on her behalf, sell us your win and her negative flaws? Sell it to us.
Her negative flaws were when she would play the same games that you would hear, right? Dropping the baby off on your parents' doorstep, like a week after the baby was born, type stuff. So she was volatile, but nothing more than anybody else would be. Like, it was really just jealous rage.
When she dropped the baby off on the parents' doorstep, was that something that was brought up to the courts to let them know that this is how she's worked, this is how she's taking care of the kid, this is what she's doing in order to help her be able to go to work, do what she does, and drop to? Were you notified properly? Did the courts in other words, did she actually tell the courts that she was doing this early on, or did they find out in court while you were fighting your case?
I told them that in court
that day.
Yes, I told them that because I only seen the judge one time,
and that's the only thing you can think of right now.
That's he showed neglect.
Yeah,
that's neglect. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. That's neglect.
But I seen the judge one time. Like before that, it was mediators, and they was trying to do me like any other man. We don't care about that. We don't care about none of this. I
don't know about that one.
No, I'm telling you what happened, right? So
I'm not calling you a liar. I don't do that, man. That's disrespectful. I don't do that.
The first three times I'm seeing a mediator. So that's what they do. They'll sit you in front of a mediator to try to come out how much you're going to pay.
Right.
And then once I figured out the mediator cannot make the decision, because I was like, I pay the child support, I pay health insurance, I pay the dental, I pay this, and this, and they're like, we don't care about none of that. How much you make?
They sure don't.
And I was like, yeah, but I do this. It's like, the only person that can change this is wait, you're not even legitimized. So the first step was getting them legitimized.
Get legitimized, yeah.
So after I got them legitimized, she's like, you don't have no rights for real until you get them legitimized. So that was the first round. The second round, now I got them legitimized. And they're like, well, still, the judge is the only one that can make a decision, and you won't be able to see the judge for XYZ. So they're trying to they tried to deter me from the judge 3 times. On the third time, I was able to make sure I got a case with the judge. I knew that only the judge can tell me my answer. So when I got to the judge, I presented him the whole case. Like, look, we've had these problems in our relationship. This is what I provide. I got her. I live in Georgia now. We started out in Pennsylvania, and she followed me to Georgia.
I said Georgia. Yep.
So while I'm in Georgia, like while we're in Georgia, these are the things. These are the incidents that we've been going. And it's typical baby mama, baby daddy stuff. Men lose to this stuff all the time. But at this point in time, I was like, I want full custody, and I'm the better parent. I had the better job. I had the better stability, of course, but I was only making about $50K. You know what I mean? But normally you would lose, right? Because I make more than her. They're just going to make you pay the child support difference. No, but I was able to present to the judge that I was the more stable parent. He said, fine, you get whatever you want.
And it was a male judge?
It was a male judge.
Yeah, in a lot of cases, they don't have a problem with you seeing a judge because they know the judge is going to go in her favor no matter what. They didn't want you to see that judge because they knew that judge was probably fair. That's what I'm getting the case that this judge has been recognized by the lawyers that she's probably fair to men. And that was probably in your favor, too. If they didn't want you to see that judge no matter what, those lawyers knew that judge was fair. When you got in front of that judge, she was fair. But a lot of times, a lot of the lingo that you're using right now, you have to understand, there's a lot of brothers who you can get any job, mechanical engineer. And this is the first time they decided to date with a woman to have a kid. They don't know this lingo. They're not in that world. They don't know nothing about this legal lingo. They don't know what it is. And they don't even know how to fight. And then they get a lawyer You know what I'm saying? And the lawyer is already unfair. She probably don't even like men. And then the judge don't like men. And by the time you get to the judge, that baby mother had been going back and forth with the courts and the police and making up all kinds of stuff that you didn't even know about until right there in court. That happens to a lot of brothers. They lose because they just don't understand the system in that manner. Now, it's on them to try to read up and learn this stuff. It's like, you know, Planned Parenthood from the get-go, learn about the court system.
Yep.
That's the real Planned Parenthood from a man's perspective. Before you even decide to take that girl back to your crib, learn about the court system. You know what I'm saying? I'm in another country and I'm on a passport, bro, man. I know that's going to throw the whole room off the bridge. I don't even want to have a kid
this black
in the
man
United States.
Listen, I think it's more important to stop deterring men to fight. I think the bigger issue is men don't fight. Men don't fight. So your message deters men from even trying to fight for whatever.
You got to let me finish this. All due respect.
You got it?
I would do anything I can to fight the way the court system is. One, what I always talked about, we need somebody to come in. We need somebody to come into office that's going to start forcing the courts to include all what you've been paying, all what you've had paid, and to say the child needs to go with the parent who's proven that they're a better fit for the kids. The way the court system works right now is what can we get from men to support the women and her kid? Wait, I make the most money. I've been proven to be more stable. I've been proven to be more respectful to the courts whenever they talk to me. Been respectful to the judge. I've been proven to have a better, cleaner lifestyle. I live in a better neighborhood, better everything, and she's just a woman. And she wins custody. That's most cases. In most cases, you keep seeing raggedy, horrible women with all the kids and decent dudes with great jobs and great minds and great hearts dying to be in their kid's life and can't get anywhere near them and paying an arm and a leg. And the court system is watching her with several baby daddies, and they're all good men trying to be in their kids' life, and they can't fight. They doing everything. They got good lawyers, and there's nothing they can do. And she's sitting there like, y'all know what that is. Look, I love my black women.
Men are going for full custody. They're not going for full custody.
Sorry, my man, but this thing is false. The statistics doesn't back you up. What the statistics does show is that the courts and child support system has been used to destroy black families for a very long time.
How could you see the stat if the men are what are men are going for? I know from my own personal appearance. I mean, from my own personal.
That's your statistics that we need to see.
But listen. I know from. And JD can also confirm. He also confirmed men do not say I want everything. That's common. Men do not saying I want everything.
I think they're scared to. I'll give you that.
But that's not the point. Whether they're scared or not.
It's not the point, but I think a lot of men are scared to ask for that.
No, man. Listen, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. If they're scared or not, if they're not asking, they're not asking. It doesn't matter what the reason is. If they're not asking, they're not asking.
But you said everything.
Most men don't
you gotta go for everything.
You gotta go for the gusto in
They're
that.
not going for the gusto.
I understand that.
So that's the outcome of most of the cases you're seeing. Nobody's going for it all.
They not even going for half. Most of these dudes is just going around and saying whatever the court say. They get mad outside of the court, but there's nobody that sat back and have a story like Black Man Unfiltered and say, man, I paid over $7,000 just to prove that this bitch wasn't shit.
I know a lot of men who have are in that situation. I know a lot of them.
But what I'm saying is this though.
And these are not dumb men.
First and foremost, it is a state thing. It's a district thing, right? It is a circuit thing. So when we're talking about court, man, there's a lot that comes with it. So like what Prototype was saying, yes, there was a district and a circuit type of thing. And it's also a state thing. It's not a federal thing, right? So we all have, different anecdotal experiences. However, when you look at the statistics, right? And then you talk to the men, most men stay humble in court. They ain't out there fighting as much as they're mad. They're mad and upset, but they're not fighting that fight. Just like what Prototype said, $350. That's where a dude be like, Well, how did you pay $350? First and foremost, I got a lawyer, or I didn't have a lawyer. I had a paralegal, somebody. You know what I'm saying? We have to fight it in different ways because it's so different for all of us. Me, myself, I didn't pay no more than probably about, for the whole time, probably about $1,200. You dig what I'm saying? And then I had to fire 3 fucking lawyers. It was one lawyer I had, man. This motherfucker said, my lawyer said this. Why don't you just quit your job and just get on state aid? That's the best thing that you can do right now.
Wow.
I wanted to beat that old motherfucker's ass in court. I was held in contempt, bro, 7 times, just like what you guys were saying. I didn't know anything about court. I never expected to be in family court.
Can y'all do me a favor? Can I play devil's advocate for just a second, TJ? Just for just a second, because in the lovely state of Texas, oh, I love Texas. Texas is its own country sometimes to me.
Everything is small there.
Oh yeah, come on now, except me. Listen.
And I can't wait to see that movie Civil War with Texas in it, man. I can't wait. I ain't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. But let me tell you this, man. Here in Texas, we've talked about this before. Child support here in Texas is a wonderful thing. And the next video I had up, I would probably just get an inch of it, a little view of it. It's talking about this parenting by estoppel. And Lost in Translation had sent this to me a while back, and I was just amazed by that law that's going to probably be in 30 states by 2026, and it's going to continue to grow. If you take financial care of any child, whether you're the father or not, you are on the hook for child support. Now, here in Texas, child support is used for the retirement of government officials. The fees go toward paying government officials who have retired, the old judge, the old clerks, whatever it is. Now, imagine this. A judge is judging and in child support cases, and he knows if I put this man on child support, this man is going to be a part of the other men I put on child support who's going to pay my retirement. Now, there was a senator who went through this. I can't think of his name, white guy, who went through this, and he won. He became a senator, I think. Yeah, he did, or a congressman, one of them. And he said that he's fighting hard, which he is. You can go look him up. I cannot think of this man's name, but you go look him up, and he talks about child support and how it was with his wife. And he said his wife was making $175,000 a year. Her new fiance and husband is making $500,000 a year, and he still had to pay $10,000 a month in child support.
Oh,
okay. And he shares his story. He goes around the country, sitting in these radio stations, sharing his story, and he said it. The fees that I send to this, when I send a woman this money, they take a large percentage of the fees and they put it in the retirement fund for government officials of Texas. So I don't know no judge that's going to be trying to be lenient toward men in Texas when they know that's their damn retirement.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Can I go?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I just want to add one last point. My bad, TJ. One last. I'm so sorry. One last point is, we say these men with money or can go for the gusto, right? But men with money don't want their kids full time because they want to make money. They are out making money. They quite frankly don't have the time to be with their kids, do the daycare, do the homework, take them to t-ball, take them to football practice. They're making money. That's what they do.
Man, that is a piece of heaven for most of these men, bro. That's a piece of heaven.
It's a piece. It's definitely a piece of heaven for sure.
Okay,
but when you make that much money, when you're a man of means, making 6 figures, right? Unless you got a software engineering job like I do, right? You are out grinding and really don't have the time to make all these things happen. I'm just blessed with the career I have, where I'm allotted a lot of free time. But a lot of people don't have this type of career where you can make enough money and have free time to not miss no games, to do all the daycare, to do all that little stuff that moms are normally doing. Like I was single dad for at least 4 years. You understand what I'm saying? So they don't have that. If you're out making money, you don't have it. Or don't want it. But I'm sorry, TJ, go ahead and handle yours.
Okay. This is a very interesting conversation for me because I believe I'm uniquely qualified on the panel to talk about this because the first 10 years of my career, if you guys look in the back chat, I put the link to the actual agency that I work for the first 10 years of my career, which is the Center for Fathers, Family, and Public Policy. It was an agency founded by a group of lawyers, and their sole mission in life is to try to normalize the child support laws, but this is for the state of Wisconsin. So I spent a long time, and they got on their website, they actually have a lot of the policy updates. Let me explain something to you guys a little bit about the child support system. The family law system in itself. And I can explain it to you because not that I'm a lawyer, because I'm not a lawyer, but I do have a degree, and I do have a paralegal degree, which is what I did, which is how I ended up with them. The one things that the family court don't do from a state and federal level, they do not get involved, and they're extremely, extremely slow to alter any provisions within family law structure. Yeah, in the state of Wisconsin, I was a part of the last policy team that changed or added a law to the family court system in Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. My name is in there. My name is actually in there as one of the people on the policy board. And the one policy that we were able to get, which was a fucking game changer in the state of Wisconsin, was we were able to get the state legislature and the governor to sign into law that men at the point of establishing paternity, they got automatic joint custody. They didn't have to go to court for it. They didn't have to ask for it. It was just granted to them. And now let me explain something to you. In Wisconsin, I keep saying in Wisconsin because every state is different. In Wisconsin, custody does not mean who has the child. Custody means decision-making in Wisconsin. So in Wisconsin, you have no idea how important having decision-making. If you did not have decision-making authority, you had nothing. And you couldn't get nothing else. You had to get decision-making authority only. The family support, the family court system and the laws that govern family court, the reason why they're slow to move is because it's probably the most conservative sector of law because our societal norm says that we are here to protect women and children, and any disruption to protecting women, notice they're first, and children, they're slow to do and to disrupt. And so the attitude when you're going into mediation, when you're going in to see a commissioner, their attitude and their premise is based on that. It's based on prior to after 1975 that the mother will be the primary caretaker. It is of the assumption of the court that the mother is the maternal and the emotional stability of the child. That is their positioning from start to finish. In a lot of cases, so yours might be prototype. Yours is it is very unique. In a lot of cases, in order for guys to get physical placement, or in Wisconsin it's called physical placement, everybody else calls it custody or whatever. Physical, the child with them, you have to prove that the mother is unfit. And it's one of the hardest burdens to prove for a man that the mother is unfit. And so a lot of times, and to JT's point, a lot of times one of the reasons why guys won't go in with me asking for full, I'm going to just say full custody, of control of the kid, is because we're all conditioned to not do that. We're all conditioned to think that the kid is best off with the mother, even though we know that My mother, she has 6 children, including me. Now, unfortunately, my mother doesn't claim me as her child, but it is what it is. My mother, on 4 separate occasions, have left my siblings in another state. They refused throughout the entirety of their life. They refused to label her as unfit. They refused to terminate her parental rights, even though my siblings were running through nothing but the foster care system. I was fortunate. My grandmother took me when I was 6. So I was fortunate enough to land with my mother's mother, and my mother's mother took me in. But it was hard to get them because they would not terminate, because they look at the woman, at the mother, as almost forever, as a person that can always be rehabilitated. And they don't want, because it's an old, slow, conservative mind thought process, then it's hard. It makes it very difficult for fathers to come in, especially even when they do ask, for them to look at, and then the hoops you got to go through to actually go through that. So to your point, prototype, yeah, it is remarkable when a man gets full custody and access to their children, because only 7% of us have it. Only 7% of us actually have that. And the number one thing we need to do, which I think has been pointed out over and over again, but I'm just going to come from a place of authority, because, and I'm just going to say this, I'm going to jump off. We do not understand our state laws when it comes to child support. Now, child support is not a federal, it is state. And in some states, it's even broken down to the county that you live in. Some states have delegated child support down to the county. One last point, in my state, when guys would come into this agency that I work for, they would come in and be angry because they were denied, because the judges wouldn't even hear their visitation requests. And I would have to tell them, yes, they're going to deny your visitation request, because fathers don't get visitation. You get placement, which is different than visitation. Yes.
3 things, man. One, that's not a Democratic thing. That's that's not a Republican thing. That's a Democratic thing. I mean, a conservative, that's a Democratic thing right there. Because I'm definitely conservative, and we will not see that kind of point of view. And another thing, if based on your profession, could you present to us what you believe will be a good federal law? Something that can actually win, a federal law that can help solve the problems. Not something off the wall, like something that will never be approved, but something that you believe that can actually get approved if the right person presents it, in a very winnable way.
But here's the thing, because I understand, because I spent a decade dealing with the policy of it, and I understand that the federal side will almost, it would take something catastrophic for the federal side to get involved and issue.
I know that's why I said nothing extreme, because extreme, something that can actually win. What do you believe would actually work?
The actual thing that can probably work,
federal,
it's going to sound extreme. The thing that can actually work is actually the abolishing of entitlement programs, which child support surrounds entitlement programs. It covers around, yes, and so
this one is built.
It's built on entitlement programs. And the thing is, given how frustrated the country is with their tax burden and the increasingly, and then the influxing of us bringing in people from Ukraine, from the southern border, and giving them our American tax dollars, we are actually primed to actually do that now. It'll be easier to get rid of entitlement programs than it will to act any national child support rules that'll make it equitable.
I tell you why. That's how wealthy white women win custody courts. It's not going anywhere.
Yes. Yeah. Now, I want to say this real quick before we move on. Let's move on to something else. I want to show you guys just a little bit of this. Me and Lost in Translation, he sent this to me a while back. But if you're not familiar with parenting by estoppel, it is very, I think men should definitely be looking into it, because it's going to cause a lot of pain. If you are dating a woman that you're not married to, and she already has children, and you have to become financially responsible for children who are not yours. I'm going to play a little bit of this video. We'll stop and start it as we go, and this will be it for tonight. We'll get our final thoughts and get out of here. But I want to just bring this up. Lost in Translation, I would love for you to introduce the video, because I'm getting it. It's already ready to go, but just give us some little insight on it before we get started.
Basically, what this is actually O'Shea Duke Jackson and Dennis Sperling discussing the phenomenon as parentage by estoppel, where a guy doesn't have to be, the actual natural father. He could be a father figure and still be put on child support. So I won't hold you. That's in essence what the interview is all about.
All right. So let's play a little bit
Dennis
of it here.
Sperling has fought those cases. He dealt with it a lot. Yeah,
Right.
he dealt with it a lot. He talks about it a lot. It blows your mind.
Yeah, here we go.
Clearly on legality, right? Or purely on legality. What do you mean by when you say that?
Well, let me say this, O'Shea. I'm not here to tell people what to do. Like I said, I give young men advice. They can use the advice if they want to. This is not just for young men, it's older men. Again, I don't practice family law, but there have been some developments in the family law area of law. Think about it. And it's only recent, relatively speaking. In 2015, the Supreme Court addressed the same-sex marriage arguments in the Oberville Hodges case. And basically what that case was about two women who were married, and one of them wanted rights to, it was about two women who were trying to get a divorce or trying to get married, and it was forcing the different states to recognize those marriages. Of course, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of same-sex marriage, and that's how we got that ruling. Now, as a result of that, there's been some changes in case law. There's a case out of Michigan, and it's called Stankovich v. Milleron. And this case came down out of the appellate court of Michigan in November of 2015, shortly after the Supreme Court case. And basically what they said was that this is another case where two women wanted to have custody over a child, one the biological mother, one the non-biological parent. But because she had spent so much time with the child, they said, well, she took on a parental role, and because of that, she's entitled to custody. Now, what had already been on the books was the fact that they can make a person, at that time, they used the tank language, a biological father, pay child support, even if it was against his will. And so now I'm sitting here contemplating, like, wow, that's a horrible situation to be in. And here's something else, and I'd like to share this with you, O'Shea. I'm going to bring this up on the screen here if I can. This is a post that I saw on the internet a while, maybe last week. If you don't think women are thinking about this, let's read this post. Can you make a male babysitter pay child support? I'm a single mom going to college with my sister. We currently rent an apartment together. A couple of weeks ago, I asked my neighbor, a trustworthy guy, if he could watch the kids for 2 hours. Well, I went to class and my sister wasn't home, and he agreed. If he babysits and doesn't accept pay, can I sue him for child support because he took on a fatherly role? I'm sure I can convince the court that he accepted the fatherly role. So basically what I'm saying is, if you're not careful, you could get caught up in a situation where you could have a judge, a woman sue you. Yes. And so the answer, her first question, can you sue him? Yes, you can sue him. Now, can you get a lawyer to sue him? That's going to be based on whether or not a lawyer feels like there's a good faith claim. But if you got that Oberfield Hodges case, and you couple that with the fact that you got this case out of Michigan, and I posted this up too, O'Shea, if you can allow it, because I want the people to see the language. This is what the court said in November 2015 case, this court stated that given its recognition that a person who is not the biological father of a child may be considered a parent against his will, which means even if you fuss and fight, that ain't not my child. That's not my child. I don't want to be the parent. It's not that he even volunteered to say, I'm the daddy, call me daddy, No, not like the case in Stankovich case. They're referring to another case that happened back in 1996. Against this will, they made this guy be the dad. Consequently, they burden him with the responsibility of paying child support. Such a person in being treated as a parent may also seek rights of custody or parenting. So basically they're saying, yeah, before, we can make somebody be the father against their will. That wasn't a problem. And we would burden them with child support. But it was kind of up in the air whether or not we would give this non-biological parent permission to spend time with this child. But now, since the equitable parent doctrine has been strengthened by the Overville-Hodges case out of the Supreme Court of the United States, yeah, we'll go ahead and let them have parenting time too. So what does this mean for the average brother who's hanging out with a single mom? What it means is, if she can get someone to write a letter or someone to come testify that, he took my child to school, he picked my child up from school, he paid for my child's clothing, he took my child to the doctor, he babysat, he took my child to a babysitter, to a baseball game, football game, but he overall spent his time with my child, and heaven forbid, they call you daddy or stepdad, right? So now what have you done? You've basically given them enough facts to at least allege that you've taken on the fatherly role. So when you break up with your ex-girlfriend and you say, I'm done with you, you cheated on me, you broke the windows out of my car, I'm through with you, she can then go find a family law lawyer, present to him that fact pattern, and then what? And then you get sued because the lawyer says, well, I have a good faith belief this child, under the equitable parent doctrine, there's a good faith belief, there's a good claim here. Like maybe I'll lose, maybe I'll win. But guess what? Even defending that is going to cost you money. You're going to have to retain a lawyer to fight against that. That may be $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000, and it goes up on an appeal. It can be astronomical. So you got to fight with a woman who and they know and everybody knows you haven't had a child with. You may not even have had a sexual relationship with the woman. That's how expansive this can go. So what I'm trying to warn you guys is this is the potential that's out there. I'm not saying it'll happen today. I'm not saying it'll happen tomorrow, but it's going to happen at some point. Somebody is going to be the test case, because here's what the government is looking at. The government is saying marriages rates are going down. We need somebody to take the out of wedlock birth rate is going up. We need somebody to help take care of these kids, because otherwise we're on the hook for taking care of these kids. We got to pay for medical. We got to pay for welfare. We got to do that. So why not get the closest man available to help pay for those kids? So if a woman can get you on the hook, man, she will. And I just thought it was interesting, man. And that's why I brought it up. And if you don't think women are thinking about that, refer back to that post that I put up from 10 years ago.
Let me ask you, you make a good point, because you talked about the Stankovich case that was in Michigan, and then the
Overville case out of the Supreme Court of the United States, right?
And then the post you talked about the babysitter. Now somebody might come in and say, well, Counselor Sperling, this is a case that happened in Michigan,
right?
I mean, come on, man. I'm in South Carolina. I'm in Tennessee, and this is just an anomaly. That happened in Michigan, but what does that got to do with Tennessee? What does that got to do with Virginia? What would you say to somebody who asks that?
I would say that a lawyer like myself who practices law in Texas, Louisiana, Illinois, and New York, licensed to practice in state court, would be aware of those cases. And the only question is whether or not he had a good faith basis to make those allegations. And since the equitable parent doctrine has been strengthened, and this Stankley case based it on the Overville-Hodges case, which is a United States Supreme Court case, there's a good faith basis for them to make those allegations. In other words, what they can do is they could say, look, Your Honor, the Supreme Court has strengthened the Supreme Court of the United States, which governs all of our cases here in the United States, in state court, federal court. That's the supreme authority. They have strengthened the equitable parent doctrine. And so, matter of fact, I'll have you take a look at this Stankley case, which is out of Michigan, and it's not binding authority in the state of Kentucky. But look at the rationale that they followed, and the rationale is sound, and we need to impose that here. It's in the best interest of the child to make sure that the person who took on that fatherly role for the past 2.5, 3, 4, 5 years maintains that role, because it's in the best interest. They took the role, so now they can't up and abandon it. They can maybe break up in the relationship with the mother, but not the child, Judge. And you'll get a judge. I'm telling you guys, there's a judge out there.
Oh yeah.
That will say, well, this case, we're not going to dismiss it on summary judgment. We're going to let it go to trial. Everybody deserves their day in court. And you got to pay for that. And heaven forbid you say, I'm out of money. And your lawyer says, well, maybe you can settle. And then you end up paying child support for a child that's not yours. Or you go to a jury trial, you get a judgment, and it's either favorable or unfavorable, and it gets appealed. So now you're caught up in a situation where you're paying money. Imagine spending 7 years in your 20s or 30s while you're trying to build yourself up. And your money is going to pay for some case for child support for a kid that's not yours. Imagine how much of a drain that will be on you. You see? And that's why I'm just telling you, young men, older men, every man, just be aware. And here's the thing, they do it often in Canada. So it's not like it's foreign. Canada is where it's happening. Now, it'd be one thing if somebody said, well, that's up in Canada, that's not here. Then it's, what the heck you talking about? Well, now it's landed in our backyard. It's a quick ride from Michigan to Ohio, and you can make your way to the rest of the states from there. And trust me, if they're doing it in Michigan, California, New York, and some of these other democratic, more liberal, female-friendly states are going to take that mantle and go with it.
Al Gree's popular filmmaker made a movie called Frustrated 2, the child support system, which talks about everything that you're talking about right now. You had guys on there that were not the father and were paying child support. Yeah. And they, go ahead.
Well, there are different scenarios in which you can. 30% of men, and look, let me tell you guys, don't call me about your child support issues, fella. I deal with car accidents, 18-wheelers, slipping cars. Don't you call me. You better not call my office asking me for help. I'm doing this as almost like a public service announcement. This is basic family law. Any family law lawyer can kind of talk to you about the equitable parent doctrine. Now, can they tell you what's going to happen? Can they tell you will never get sued for a child support to pay a child's not yours? They can't do it. But back to what I was saying before, 30% of men in the UK are paying for children that aren't theirs. And I would have
to say it again.
Yeah, 30% of men, there was a study that came out that said 30% of men are paying for children that aren't theirs.
We'll stop right there, ladies and gentlemen. Woo-wee! Guys, I hope that was informational to the guys who are watching. Thank you, Auntie Jenny, for being here tonight. Good to see you in the chat tonight and everybody else that's in the chat. But guys, what are your thoughts real quick? I mean, take heed to the message. I'm going to the ladies first. Take heed to the message. Just listening to that information from a lawyer himself. Like what are your thoughts on this thing? Let me tell you mine first, because I want to get myself out the way. I think that single moms are going to become like, they're gonna be renamed Get Back. When you see a woman with a kid, like, oh hell no, get back. No man is gonna want to deal with a woman with children. I mean, just listen to what he was just saying. If somebody can write a letter and say, black men, look at James. Go ahead, James. Go ahead. Go show it again.
No, show it again. That's a flex.
Yeah, I got the emergency one, right?
That's a flex, baby.
Yeah, I lost it. Don't panic if you lose your passport. The emergency passport process is pretty smooth. You just got to kick up a couple $100.
So I just want to get y'all insight on what was what it is. Take heed to the message. You first, my dear.
Well, y'all already know how I feel about this situation.
Oh,
And
Lord.
we talked about it before. Shout out to Dennis Sperling for always preaching the truth. It's sad. And you know what? We already have these hyenas out here. They'll get along with their girlfriends and write some letter to the court. And she might have only seen this man one time and get up there and talk about, oh, well, the child called him daddy. And then the judge going to just lay the hammer down. Because I'm going to tell you something. Eventually, they will have to let go these programs. They will. It's been since the 70s, and they can't even hold it together. They even in New Jersey, they have implemented a rule that you can only have the child on welfare for up to 5 years, right? The one child, right? But the women done got smart. They like, okay, well, if I have another one, that's 5 years. So now if I have another one, that's 5 years. You see what I'm saying? Even though in New Jersey, you still got to go to training, you still got to do all these things. They stay in the system because the system is like, the system is the crutch for us. The system is like, no matter what you do, we love you. You know what I'm saying? No matter how many babies you bring us, no matter how many baby daddies, the baby daddies are evil, let's go after them. And not knowing the woman is the one that is the devil incarnate. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to bash my sisters, but truth is truth. They're doing nonsense. And so the state co-signs it. And I'm going to share something with you. I truly believe that this law will come into play over here. I truly believe it will. Because once you get a woman with this same situation, it's going to play out easy, just like that. Because they're going to say, you know, they do it on Maury. You see what they do at paternity court. Well, you already been raising a baby. Mind you, the man is hurting. Okay. But you already been raising a baby. I'm telling you, y'all, you're going to have to, just like Black Man Unfiltered, stay clear. That's what's going to happen. Yeah, you're going to be scared to be a coach. You're going to be scared to be giving a child an ice cream because you were trying to give your kids an ice cream. You saw another kid. You like, no, I got to walk away from this kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm done.
Women ain't shit.
Why?
Because women ain't.
Embrace the grace of heaven.
This is why I always preach on my channel, men, please, my kings, protect your name, your last name, your money, your seed, and your peace. Okay, I'm a boy mom, 1,000%. So I have no choice but to be an advocate for the men. Okay, but we got to start teaching our young boys at an early age. And I have something else to add to the shit pile, guys. There was just a court that came out where 2 lesbians, they were married, one left. She sued the sperm donor for child support, and she won. So yeah, protect your seed, because even if you donate to a sperm bank and they track you down, they are going to get you for child support. Okay, so women, marry before you carry, and men, do not spread your seed all around, because you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay, and they're gonna get it out of you. Whether the white man gonna get it, she gonna get it, the sperm bank gonna get it. You got to take initiative and control of your own destiny and your seed. With that, I digress. My mic is muted.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that. I want to go ahead and get James in here. James, what are your thoughts on the video?
Let me say something, man. I haven't said anything for a while. You can wait.
Man, listen.
All right, so listen.
We can't be doing our senior citizens.
I'm gonna sit up there. I gotta go. Listen, I gotta. No.
You actually want to hear James speak, though.
Listen, let me just say this.
Let him go.
Mayday.
You know how these lives be.
Go ahead.
We big, black, and brown, and that's just how we burn.
All right, I don't believe in the veracity of that story about the lady tracking down the sperm donor. I got to get more proof of that.
Okay, I'll send it to you, boss.
It's true.
That shit was on Good Morning America.
And there was other cases
It was
of
on
it too.
Flipboard in America. Jeez.
It's not just one case of that.
I didn't see
Right.
that. Anyway,
Sorry.
yeah, I didn't see that one. Okay,
Hey, P
cool.
Rain, RP Rain, RP. Never mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
So that's cool. If it's true, that's cool. But but some heads got a role at the Spur Bank. I would be suing everybody.
Yep.
I would be suing everybody.
Okay.
Anyway, so listen, as far as this whole thing about estoppel, one of the things that we got to do is this shows you how important the local elections are at that level, state elections, those kind of things. But we already crossed the Rubicon. We already crossed the Rubicon because you know why? Because women are voting. We have legislation by emotion everywhere. Every fucking where is a legislation by emotion. That's why the LBGYNs, whatever the hell, the rainbow people getting there, all the shit they want. That's why the laws are all fucked up in all the blue states. That's why all the so-called city girl mayors are all fucked up. Judges. So listen, we're already we're so far past the Rubicon, and then half the men, go do anything for these women. Even vote. Listen, I'm gonna land it on here. The governor of New York, who opened up those cases to get men from 100,000 years ago, she opened it up for 1 year just to get Trump. So they already politicized the whole fucking rape thing, and now 2,500 men are in jeopardy of shit that they may or may not have done, but they can never clear their name once they get mentioned, right? But you could squat in somebody's house, and we can't change that law. So these are women, and look, listen. I hate to say this about the women, but if you listen to all the women in high places, unless they're conservative, they're about a lot of bullshit. It's suppose AOC became president. Shit, man, are you crazy? Listen, all I'm saying, I'll land it there, man. We're doomed. I almost have to quote pearly things. Take the away, man. Take this shit away. Okay, I'm done now, man.
You're right. The biggest investors of the voters will get the biggest voice, sir. James, what are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I never. No, you're good. I never really go after Democrat or Republican, but I do ask people that to see if they're MAGA, and MAGA is not Republican. I'm Republican. I've been Republican since I was a little kid. I understood the concept. I understood what people were saying, and whenever someone said Democrat, I was looking around, I was like, "This is the hood. That's what created the hood. They're the ones who enforced all those crazy, stupid laws that are hood women abuse. Remember, I said hood women. I didn't say black women. I said hood women. I love my sisters. I said hood women. Okay, big freaking difference. You can't really say who could be put in office and that would do something when there's no laws for them to fight on our behalf with. That's why I asked TJ that. We need new laws to be put in place in order for anyone to come into any office, even the president, governor, mayor, anybody, it doesn't matter. If they come into office, there are no laws strong enough for them to enforce in a more tougher, sterner Trump way or whatever you want to come from to make things better. There's nothing for them to go on. What law? What law right now can this magical politician in this whatever office you think will be more effective in, that he can enforce that'll actually solve the problem? Does anybody have that?
Yeah,
does anybody have something?
The cart before the horse, Jay. You got to get those people in willing to propose new laws. You gotta
new laws. Yes, thank you. Yeah. New laws. New laws, yes, I agree. New laws. But don't try to say Democratic, Republican, AOC, or all these name drop crap. What is probably, I've never heard of them, any of them say anything that would actually be negative to the people who are speaking positive on this panel right here that'll actually solve the problem. People who actually presented things that will actually be good for both of us, men and women who are being hurt by the system. All right. What I'm saying is, if someone's going to present a new law, what is that law? Plead your case, qualify that law, get on any panel. There are plenty of room. Bro, you can go on TikTok. Any politician can go on TikTok, pay about $100 and it will go viral all by itself. You can pay to go viral on TikTok. That's why they're making so much money. I do it. You know what I'm saying? They can pay to go in and then say something and present a law in the general public without any office or any Democratic, any political party that's assisting them and say, this what I believe would actually be a great law to enforce. And if they qualify it, everyone would be like, wow, that's a good idea. And that person will go start them very quickly. That's how it works. That's how social media works now. It is an engine. And also, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party both have been a passport bro creating machine. Okay? Say what you want. But what I'm saying, when I say passport bro, is this men just saying, I'm not getting married. I'm not having any kids. I'm not going in the justice system. I'm going to do everything I can to do what Prototype is doing. And, what is his skill right there? This dude can work out of his laptop, close his laptop, pack his bags, and bounce and never have to do nothing in the United States anymore, but get on a panel and say, hey, yo, what's going on? This is how I roll now. He can do that. That's what his skill does. That's why we always talk about getting into software engineering. It is a perfect skill to leave the United States and never have to worry about it. Am I trying to say get away from American women and American? No. I'm an American as they get. Okay, I've been in the service. I did 15 years in the Navy. I don't have any kids because a woman I was with for the most of my life couldn't even have kids anyway. But that's personal with me. Do I love kids? I love kids to death. I've been with women with kids. I love kids and I love women for the most part. I'm not a negative person. All I'm saying is our system that we have, the social system that we have, in other words, how we're even dating on a micro level. On a macro level, it's just our court system and our lawyers and everything is just against men for the wrong reasons. We have women that are actually, how is it that she's collecting child support because she's proven that she's better for the kids and she needs money from this man to help take care of the kid and be able to do it again and again and again?
Yep.
How are you getting qualified to collect more money from a man if you already proven that you're a nice, feeble, good woman and you need money from the man to help you? And then you say, oh, boom, I got this. I'm going to go do it again. I'm still, and actually proving that she's making crazy dough. And I'm sitting there like, oh, what the hell you need my $350 for? Right. Okay, I make $150 a year. You know what I'm saying? So she could probably get more from me, from what I understand, and she can go into my savings. My savings is my foundation. She should not be able to touch that if she's doing that. I know women with almost 11 kids and 6 baby daddies and collecting child support from every single one of them. And that's why I keep saying this, every single one of her baby daddies are solid men. I mean, these are kind of brothers that can walk into a room and everybody want to know what they got to say. From their image alone, y'all know what kind of brothers I'm talking about. Some of y'all them brothers, I give you your props. You know what I'm saying? These brothers are proven on paper to be fantastic fathers, can support 20 kids if they needed to. You know what I'm saying? But she's got the kids and she's on paper proven to be should be considered a criminal in the child support system by the way she's operating. And we don't have one of these women. We have thousands of them in each city, flooded. It's like a cancer. It's a cancer to the family foundation of Black people. Okay, that is a cancer, and our justice system is literally supporting it. It's just feeding the little cancers instead of trying to solve them and making them stronger and stronger and stronger. And we have no laws whatsoever to go after all the bad actors. And there's lawyers and judges and women and men. We have men that have a bunch of kids with no job, and they get work at Walmart, and they taking care of, I know some of these people. And it's like, what? How is this a label to be allowed and no one doing anything? And then out of all that, they can go and then attack and come after me. And all I did was babysit the kid for a couple weeks and then go after my money, even though she's got a bunch of other kids with a bunch of baby daddies and getting child support from all of them. She can still do that to me. Okay, that's a problem.
Hey, go in the back chat, James. Go in the back chat. I put right here on Black Man Unfiltered Network. There was a guy who had 10 new laws that were proposed, and if I have to promote it myself, It was part of my
Do it.
brilliant idea. But if you go in the back chat, I put the link to one of the videos on this channel. 10 new laws that we could propose.
And
That
James,
some of them might be bullshit, but check them out.
Have you subscribed to the channel, James? Because we have these conversations every Tuesday, man.
Yes, I did. I go on lives a lot and talk about pretty much just if I see a black panel and you're talking about a subject that I feel positive about, which I talk about race a lot and racism a lot. That's my thing. But child support, I'm not solid on. I do not have kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm no proto, but you know what I'm saying? But I have a strong understanding for now because I know these people in my lives and I care about them. You know what I'm saying? I talk to them all the time. These are not people that I don't like. These are people that I care about and love. You know what I'm saying? These are real people. And I know about them because I talk to them all the time. I want to help. When their kids get old enough, I'd be like, hey, this is what I did in my life. Here's how you can help. Here's some, because I'm my other skills, human resource management, and I'm huge on networking, huge on market research, on what is the best things kids should go to school for. I'm big thing. Here's something that's going to throw you out of panel. If you have a kid that looks racially mixed, I believe you should have a babysitter or go into a program to have that kid naturally come up with a different language if they're not being accepted in our society, because we know what we do to our mixed kids in our social structure. You know what I'm saying?
And James, I want to say this.
Kids get better. Sorry, go ahead.
Pretty dope. That's pretty tight.
A little bit, James. But if you want to come on anytime, man,
okay.
just you can
I think
at Black Men Unfiltered, one on Instagram. You could hit me up or you can email me at blackmenunfiltered@gmail.com. And hit me up, man, and we can have some conversation and have you on some future shows, brother. I appreciate you coming tonight, all the way from Germany. Now, James, I want to settle something real quick, okay? Now, this is what I heard. I heard from JT. I've heard it from a lot of men that were in the military. That black men are a delicacy in Germany. Is that correct? Oh, look, ain't nothing but the devil.
Yeah, ain't nothing but the devil. I wanted it, and I'm waiting for the confirmation.
Hey, they call it German chocolate.
Come on, man. That's why it's called that. Man, you know, I've heard that before. I've heard that. I have a relative that was in the military. He said, man, in Germany, they'll follow you around. He said, you get off their plane, they see that chocolate come off that plane, the women they'll hawk you down.
Well, Germany's married to a passport, bro. That's all she talking about.
It's two things. Yeah. Well, it's a multitude of things, but yeah, it's especially when you dark skin, you know, because yeah, man, it's something it's something different, bro.
Yeah. All right. Well, so let me get TJ final thoughts as well. We got everybody else already. Not everybody, but our pain just jumped in for no fucking reason a few minutes ago. God,
he the elder. Shit, that's what elders do.
I'm done for the night.
You know what?
He was quiet for too long.
I want to play something.
He a damn engineer. He know nothing about counting. He don't know nothing about no counting.
I want to play something that's gonna make our pain cringe.
Women ain't shit.
Why?
Because women ain't shit.
Why?
Because women ain't shit. You want me to say it again? You can clip that. Women ain't shit.
Just making sure everyone agrees.
Clipped.
Okay.
Just making sure everyone agrees.
So yeah. So TJ, what are your thoughts, man?
I'm confused.
What's your final thoughts on the show as a whole tonight, brother?
Oh, as a whole?
Yes.
First of all, we need to get that, future, Islamic sister, good.
I knew it's gonna be
you still on that?
Right, brother.
I knew it's gonna go back there.
We gotta rescue her. She got potential.
She got potential, dog.
She got potential. She got potential.
Hey man, we gonna see you with a bow tie on and a black suit, boy.
Right?
Selling bean pies and newspapers on the corner. Goddamn,
yeah.
Y'all meet my new wife.
Hamid speaks.
Yep. She said I could nut in the pussy. There you go.
Oh my goodness.
That's so funny.
Oh my goodness.
I can see him right now. She had me at.
Believe it or not, Black Men Unfiltered. Let me tell you something. Don't fuck around and have your network turn into an action committee. This is how action starts. This is how churches start. with doing just like-minded people from different perspectives and experiences. They get together and they start to have a common understanding and goal. So don't fuck around and turn Black Men Unfiltered to a national political, network that's, breaking in the door. We become our own pack and we start sponsoring candidates and shit. So don't fuck around and do that, Black Men Unfiltered. I can see it coming. A lot of the issues, especially tonight, one thing that's perfectly clear, dirty pussy is running our country. Dirty stinking pussy is running our country.
And it's infected.
Yeah,
and it's not willing. It's not willing and steaming.
And there's not enough antibiotics, cocktails out there to fix this shit, apparently. But to be all serious, the sad thing is, and I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again, any chance I get. The sad thing is, these are men doing this to men. The majority of our elected officials, the overwhelming majority of them are men. Women only make up about 13, 14% of the actual elected officials in the country total. I'm talking about total. These are men doing this to other men. Most of the time when you're seeing a commissioner or a mediator or a judge, or you talking to a politician, whether it be local or state or federal, you're talking to a dude. Regardless if you a elephant or a donkey, And these are men doing this shit to other men. And so, and a lot of times, they don't want to fix something until they are directly impacted by the thing that they've championed and set out onto the country. It is fucking wild to believe that in most of our lifetimes that the child support system was enacted in our lifetime. 1975 is when the bill passed. Usually after a bill passed, it takes about another 18 months or so for a full fucking agency to erect. That's saying a whole lot. But we got to continue to have these conversations and push the issues. There's something that can be done, about all of this stuff. And to point out what Dr. Sterling, Dennis Sperling was talking about, they're quick to enact laws that's going to punish men and reap or rape benefits and resources from men, but slow to correct. And that's why we got to figure out as men that we need to figure out who and what we're going to vote for. We vote at a higher rate than our women. Women vote, but we vote at a higher rate than our women. I'm talking about men across the board. So we have the ability to make these changes. It depends on what becomes important to the guys, out here.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty pussy. Goddamn.
All right. I appreciate it, man. Well, we want to see if we can locate that young lady for you.
Yeah.
JT, what are your final thoughts?
So shout out to TJ.
I think him and Lost gonna fight over.
Hey, my cousin Khadijah that you met on my stream one time. She's a Muslim. She can train her for me. We get it together.
You good? I'm telling you.
JT, you see Lost JT? I said him and Lost gonna fight over JT.
He said the hell.
She couldn't even make it to my neighborhood.
I'm telling you, when I get done with a loss, she's gonna be a good girl. You're gonna be wishing that you took the opportunity. Diamond in the rough.
I probably won't.
she Tom Brady in the 7th round, baby. I'm telling you.
Go ahead, JT.
All right, man. Listen.
Oh shit.
These conversations always be good, man. These be some dope ass conversations, bro. I'm glad to see new faces.
Yeah, man.
New names, people coming up, man. That was dope. My man James came up, gave his perspective.
From Germany.
We definitely have to continue these conversations, but we have to elevate ourselves. And one of the things that I'm starting to see, and it's slowly but surely, but this is the thing. You can't do shit men and women, without each other. One of the things come down to when it's time for bloodshed, women move out the way and men fight men. So in all these things that we're talking about, it goes to what TJ was just saying. It goes to what a couple of brothers said on here. It's basically men fighting men. And we use women as the spoils of war, but they can also be collateral damage. And when you got women that understand that, they understand that their position would be to support. Because when it all comes down in this bloodshed, it's going to be men. If you get your ass caught in that corner if you want to, you get caught in that street if you want to, you're going to end up being a casualty. Because once we start talking and men start being serious about what we're serious about, we're going to fight to the death. Hearing my man, what's our boy, the Green-Eyed Bandit?
To my James.
No. The Green-Eyed Bandit. Prototype.
Yeah.
Knowing black man's his history when it comes down to it. These brothers fought, right? And it got to the point where they wanted blood. You can't fight a man that has a purpose like that. When his eye is on the prize, that man about to go through, I guarantee he's going to sever your ass. You ain't going to like when you got the man because you asked for that man to fight you back. You asked for him to be a man. And when you get that man to be a man, especially, listen, y'all don't know about black man's, that story he done told us a couple of times. He went in detail. That woman didn't want, she was like, God damn it, I should have just shut my goddamn mouth. Because he fought, because it wasn't just about him. It was actually about them kids. And he was willing to sacrifice everything to make sure those kids were going to be taken care of the way he wanted them taken care of. Prototype said the same thing. I hear my man TJ say the same thing. He do what he has to do as a man to make sure that child is on point. If you hear these stories, man, I'm telling you, it's something that's enlightening, right? When you hear men really speaking, because we don't all have the same way on how we think, but we have the same direction where we're going. And that's to make sure our family is straight. That's to make sure everybody, and at the end of the day, guess what? If you get that man to fight for what's right, and even if you was wrong or whatever, guess what that man always going to have? And I'm talking about the good men. He's always going to have grace for you. He's going to get to the point where he's going to say, that's enough. She took enough of a beating. What was that on Life? When that man said that, that's enough. She done took enough of a beating.
Enough. He done took enough of a beating.
Don't never get a man to be who he really is. Don't ever challenge him to that point when you ain't ready for that type of fight. And that's on all levels. So I'm gonna end that with that, man. But can I plug myself right quick? All right, man. Y'all go follow me tomorrow. I will not be talking about this type of shit tomorrow. I'm gonna be on that bullshit. Y'all know what I'm gonna be doing tomorrow. I'm gonna be talking about that bullshit. Now, my main topic tomorrow, I don't have it up yet, y'all. Just bear with me. The brother been working a lot.
Tomorrow.
Huh?
I said, don't forget to pray 7 times facing east tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, you gonna have to do it. And then you got to put a seatbelt on. Now, tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about this dumbass shit so we can put this shit to bed. This damn soft guy era bullshit.
Oh, drizzle.
Yeah, I'm out. Drizzle.
I'm about to debunk all that bullshit. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm about to separate that shit. You don't put that shit on men. I ain't going to say too much about it, but fuck that. We ain't about to sit here. That shit ain't about to stick. Not to no real men. Y'all already got soft men. Y'all let the motherfuckers stay over there where they at. And let us be over here where we at.
It's satire.
It's all satire. And but that's why I want to talk about it.
Okay.
I want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about what they trying to do. They trying to set a stupid ass narrative. Nope, we gonna talk about that shit. And I'm also gonna have my girl Kendra G with the bullshit ass women on there and some other bullshit. Y'all know how I do it. That's how we gonna do it on Wednesday, y'all. So Hey, What We Know podcast and Black Man Unfiltered, man. We taking this shit to a whole different level, man. I appreciate everybody. I love everybody. Listen, our pain, brother.
Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu
Alaikum
alaikum, man.
salam.
Assalamu alaikum, bro. I see you doing your thing, man. Most definitely. All y'all, embrace the grace. Take heed to the message. My boy Lit, BMU, man. It's always gonna be a joy, man, to be on this panel, man, because we got a lot to show the people, man. So that's all I got to say about that, man. I'm right here still. I ain't about to go nowhere. I was about to leave, but I can't leave y'all, man. What the fuck you talking about?
Take heed to the. You know what? Hold on. I can't even say it right no more after this.
This is take heed to the motherfucking message. I'll block.
Why do you always clip stuff like that, Black Bear?
I love you, girl. We need that. We need it.
Yeah, man.
Because so go ahead, because Take Heed, man. Take Heed is, I'm telling you guys, she cooks digital breakfast every morning. You gotta stop by Take the Heed digital cafe every morning to get your coffee and your croissant, because she's cooking and it tastes good over there. So make sure you go over there. And matter of fact, while you're in the digital cafe, stop by over there in the digital cafe and buy some of their merchandise. All right. Stop by there and give her a super chat. Put some money in their Cash App. The woman is working hard. All right. Her subscriptions are going up like penises in Amsterdam. And so you may want to just go over there and subscribe, hit the like button, like everything that she does, hit that merchandise and support this woman for doing the work. They're calling her names. And when people, you know what? When my grandmama told me something, Take Heed, this is for you. This is for you. My grandmama said, ain't nobody talking about you. You ain't shit. And so I just want to put that in your spirit tonight. When they talk, let them talk, because they want to talk enough to get you to walk away. No, I just need you to take another step upward and stay on their ass.
Shit.
Stay on their ass, right? Because some of these females that talking, they ain't worth the dog shit on the sidewalk in a Beverly Hills sidewalk. They're not. And so I just want to make sure you know that we love you, we support you, we here for you, honey. So thank you so much for all you do. And go ahead and plug your channel and let everybody know what time you're gonna be on tomorrow, because they gotta stop by and get something to eat. Go ahead.
So my name is Take Heed to the Message. And I go by Abang Anwa. It just means
I know that's
queen.
right.
Okay. It just means queen, baby. So I am on at 9:30 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. And I'm not that type of content creator that comes with stats and charts. I just get up here and talk shit. That's it. Take heed to the message. That's all.
Now, real quick, before we move on to embrace all the grace, all right? Because I want to take everybody down when I do embrace the grace, because I have an idea.
Mira.
JT Scorched Earth said, JT BMU started that soft guy era crap. Blame him. Listen,
you a goddamn lie.
I want to say something to Clement. See, the reason Clement is talking this way because he has a lot of pressure build up because he hadn't been getting no ass. And so the last time Clement had some ass is when his finger went through the tissue and he wiped it.
Oh, so, Lord.
I want to make sure Clement understands that we love you, Clement. Thank you for being here tonight. I understand. Make sure you get better tissue. That Dollar General tissue just does
it ain't gonna work. It's already wet.
Get Angel soft. Don't get soft sheets. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Clement, for being here tonight. I appreciate it. The only thing soft is your penis because you're not getting any ass. Okay.
Go to hell. Go to hell, Clement.
Go to evening and have a good evening, Scorched Earth, and fuck you. All right. And on to the next person. Embrace the grace. You had a show last night, baby, that I've seen you go Super Saiyan. And I just want to make sure you shout out what you have going on, Sugarfoot. And then we'll move on to last but not least, the velvet voice of YouTube, himself, Lost in Translation.
Did I do my final thoughts? So I'm wrapping up everything right now.
Do your final thoughts, baby.
Okay. This is, as usual, an awesome show. Good topics, good perspectives, respectful. But ladies, we got to do better. A lot of our problems that we have in this society is because of us. Okay, we so quick to say niggas ain't men ain't shit. You know, they ain't no good men. But the thing is, it's the decisions that we make and what we do is what becomes of our lives. So me and Take Heat are out here slaying dragons and hyenas. Okay, you know, we're gonna do them one at a time. But y'all got to do better. And we're here to try to teach you to do better, because when you know better, you should be able to do better. Marry before you carry. Okay? Men, please. My men, my kings. The ones that are worthy. I'm not talking to the Pookies and the Ray Rays. Protect your last name, your money, your seed, and your peace. Okay? I know it's hard out there, but, you know, Costco sells cases of lotion. There are other ways. You know what I'm saying? There are other ways to handle that. Or 5 minutes of passion can cost you 18 years of misery. It ain't worth it. Or just stay with your wives. How about that? Try that. But with that being said, thank you. Yes, Monday mayhem. Any mayhem y'all want to bring it on Monday night on Black Man Unfiltered. Thursday's my show is What the Fuck Do You Bring to the Table? That's what we're going to be talking about on Thursdays. So support the network, support the content creators. I love y'all. This is therapeutic to me. It's like coming to see the family on Tuesday nights. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you. I digress. My mic is muted.
All right. Thank you so much. Embrace the grace. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, my brother from another mother, the velvet voice of YouTube. When this man speaks, not only does he part the Red Sea, he parts the other one as well. Ladies and gentlemen, the panty dropper himself, the Mr. Mellow Yellow, the man who does all he can, the man that ain't scared to talk up to the bed. Ladies and gentlemen, yours truly, the velvet voice of YouTube, my brother from another mother. You don't have to ask. It's Lost in Translation podcast. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Black Man Unfiltered. I really do appreciate that. As always, it's always a pleasure to be on the show. Tonight's show gave us a glimpse into the future, okay, about what we have on our hands. And to me, you would think that this country would want to do business properly with men. They would rather financially castrate men instead of providing a service to men. Normally in business, there's a win-win situation for both parties. And going forward, it seems as if America doesn't want to give men, you know, a win on their behalf. So you have a lot of guys who decided to say, hey, you know what? I'm out. You got a lot of guys who are saying, hey, I just refuse to participate. Well, my thing is this, nothing ever good comes out of that. You know, you're not going to have people here to pass on knowledge and wisdom if they go somewhere else. How can we make America great when we have the best and the brightest leaving? We have the best and the brightest ignoring, you know, what's going on over here. They're saying, you know what? It's not worth my time. You see what I'm saying? I'm one of the first ones who already said that I was always going to be, you know, the first of my breed and the last of my kind. If I can't find someone to build with, you see what I'm saying? I would rather not have to deal with what I see today, because it's wise not to involve yourself with petty affairs. Most kings don't do that. So as far as women concerned, you know, if you don't have your stuff together, you don't get an audience with the king. And I think most men should be like that. You see what I'm saying? Stop settling for scraps, gentlemen. Make people come correct. You see what I'm saying? Also, make sure that you vet to the point where you, if you do find somebody, you go ahead and marry and build, but it requires work. It requires work on yourself first to make sure that you are wise enough to determine whether or not this person grants an audience. Now, if you don't know how to do that, I would suggest that you get with somebody who's older, someone like Arpain, you know what I mean, who knows how to vet. You know what I'm saying? Humble yourself. You see what I'm saying? Humble yourself to your elders. They've been here long enough. They know. So I would always say do that. That's all. It's always good to make sure you surround yourself with counsel. You know, don't be afraid to figure out exactly where your blind spots are, because we don't always know everything. I know that from a fact, being a child. You know, I thought I knew everything until I got over 40. I was like, you know what? I don't know nothing. But you know what? I look forward to every morning and every day, because that gives me an opportunity to be to be better than what I was yesterday. And I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Black Man Unfiltered, thank you for hosting. JT, Take Heed, Embrace, TJ, R Pain, and those who actually joined us, and those in the chat around the world. Make sure that you guys think about what we talked about today. When you get an opportunity to make sure you share the live stream, that's the only way we're going to be able to get this message out. And make sure we have to hit the like button so we can make sure we do what we do with the algorithm. That's the only way that things are going to change. Black Man Unfiltered, thank you so much. I'm going to use my mic. And you guys can find me always here on Tuesday night, Black Man Unfiltered, also Humble Dad on Monday nights, and also here on the barbershop on Friday nights. As always, it's been a pleasure. Thank you and good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for being here tonight. Hit the like button, subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe to everybody that's on this lovely panel tonight. Everybody came in, gave great perspectives. We had a good time. We had serious talk. We had good laughter, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Embrace the Grace. You did an amazing job on Monday, bringing the mayhem. The word speaks for itself. Take Heed. Thank you for supporting your sister, because you came in right in on the panel with her last night. So that was amazing as well. And thank you for what you do, Take Heed. You know, man, come on. You know, I support you every day. JT, man, thank you, man. Brother from another mother, man. Me and JT. That's my boy, man. Thank you so much. RBN, his new name, guys, is Yusuf Al-Shadabaz, because he's going.
He also saw the Lakers.
Oh, shit. Oh, I can't. Wait on 1 second. Let me get my shit together. Okay. Oh, my God, bro. I was reading the shit and not even thinking. And then last but not least, the president of Presbyterian University. Give it up for yours truly.
I'm dead.
I tried to give you flowers, brother.
He took them right back.
Hey, thank you, Lawrence. Thank you, man. I appreciate that shit, man.
You know what, R-Pain, bro? Without you, man, the laughter would just be null, bro. I love the back and forth that I have with you, man. And I appreciate you, man. You're like a great, 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 great grandfather to me. And I really, really appreciate
you. All right.
Are you out your fucking mind?
And it's so good to brag on you, man. R-Pain, you do a great job on Mondays, bro. I appreciate what you're giving out there, man. It's good to always brag on you, man, on Mondays, brother. And it's Mayhem Monday for real, because on Monday you was talking shit. Then right after you was talking shit, here come Embrace the Grace talking more shit. So it was Mayhem Monday. I
was trying to save marriages. That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah, you was trying to. Yeah, you.
And I'm calling people bullshit out. That's what I was doing.
It's like it's a balance. Because he because R-Pain was talking about this marriage on there being like, y'all know R-Pain, when he get a mic by himself, he just get real simpish. And he said, guys, what are you thinking? I mean, you don't think you can come back from sexless marriage? What the fuck is wrong with you?
So what, she ain't give you no pussy?
I mean, the reason she's not getting no pussy because you're not filling her up. She's walking around the house empty like a milk jug. You're not filling her up. What is wrong? And so, and you know, we went back and forth on that, but I appreciate you though, R-Pain. I really do, man. Thank you so much. And when you go in there tonight, make sure, remember I told you the recipe because I'm trying to teach you how to love on your wife tonight. Since you're saying fill your wife up, go in there and take a teaspoon of cooking oil and drop it inside the baby oil and rub it all over you. And go in there and grab your wife. Boy, when I tell you that, when that heat get together, boy, y'all gonna be in there like two pieces of chicken in an air fryer. Go in there, goddamn it.
She gonna be like,
you must have missed the part when I said my wife has permanent handprints on her ass. You must have missed that part.
R-Pain, she gonna be like, what is that crispy, delicious smell I smell? It's beautiful. What is that?
Our
Her
parents say
ears must be burning right now.
he gonna say, you know what it is? You know what it is?
Good.
You know what it is? It's a steaming hot, long Johnson piece of meat for you.
Finger licking good.
Get this
All right,
glizzy.
man.
Well,
All right.
I'm in the back chat. I'll be out Friday and Monday. I'm going to replenish the bank account. How about that?
Oh, what
All
are you
right,
doing?
He's gonna get laid all weekend.
Wait a minute.
They do call you the continent.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you know what's the old man to do with shit? You know,
I don't know.
go
Hold
back
on.
to the future.
Put your right hand on the cane, move it counterclockwise just a little bit, and then fall
shit.
into it.
Wait, we got his and her games. We got his and her games. How about that?
So let her. So she got to sit up. So she got to put her head on her cane like this.
Hey man, shit, you don't know what
How you doing? How you doing?
All on your face.
Oh my God! All right, thank you so much, man. And like I said again, man. You know, I know you miss all the people that you ruled Egypt with, man. But you know, we're your family now, and I just want to make sure that you know, we love you, man, and we support you, brother. Everybody on this panel.
I appreciate that, man.
Until tomorrow, JT is going to be cooking tomorrow, guys. 8:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure you come and support him. And also at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, we're going to be talking about this fight that happened. I'm going to talk to Mr. Bennett. I don't know what happened on this fight Saturday night. Somebody got their ass whooped, and they was talking a whole lot of shit.
Yeah,
I can't believe it. Anyway, we'll see y'all then. And Liquid Thunder, we appreciate you, brother. Yeah, I ain't forget about you, nigga. Liquid Thunder, we thank you. That's JT, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Yusuf Al Shabazz, I promise you, I'm never listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm never gonna call you TJ ever again. Your name is Yusuf Al Shabazz, okay?
Honorable Yusuf Al Shabazz.
You gotta roll the tongue on the Shabazz now, pause.
Right.
Yusuf Al Shabazz, okay? Yeah, right at the end. And then next time he come on, old girl gonna be bringing him some out the kitchen. You want something else to eat? Because later on, I want you to nut in my pussy.
Yeah. All praises to Allah.
All praises.
Bring me a plate of pork chops.
Assalamu alaikum, boy. You goddamn fool. All right, guys. Man, we gotta go. All right, man. Y'all have a good day tomorrow. Sleep well. Embrace the grace. You know who you got to call. JT, you know who you got to call. Lost in translation. Call on Jesus. Yusuf Al Shabazz. Call on the hoe. Arpain. Go in here and sleep your wife down. And I think I'm going to go in here and partake in some meatloaf as well. You guys have a great night. And we'll see y'all later. Lost in translation. I did give that bow-legged midget your number.
I told you I was trying to cut back, man.
You do, but you said you cutting back, so that's why I sent the midget.
I appreciate it.
So look,
you can only give her half of your time. That's it. That's all.
I ain't got much time to give, man. You know, I be busy, man.
Well, the reason she couldn't come last weekend because her twin sister passed away, and she kind of got upset because they didn't duct tape the sister down to the casket. So when they went down the steps, she slid down to the bottom.
Oh my God.
Well, send a little snack pack, my little condolences.
You made me snort.
She slid down to the bottom of the casket. Then they opened the bottom of the casket. It was empty Capri Suns and Skittle Packs. Anyway, guys, that's just sorry.
You're gonna have us in trouble with the little people now.
Take heed. Listen to me. Take heed. They didn't duct tape her to the casket. So when they took up the steps, she slid down to the bottom of the casket.
Like a bag of loose tater chips.
So when they did an open casket, all they seen was Gorilla Tape. That's it. They ain't
nothing but air there. There's nothing but air.
Oh goodness, I'm dead.
Sorry. So next time, now she's ready. Lost in translation. And she said she's ready to headbutt your nuts. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, Yusuf. So y'all have a good night, man. There's nothing like laughter. I love you guys. Y'all have a good night. Peace.
Hey, this burns me, man.
Hey, man. Did you hear when the one popped his lips, man?
Yes.
That was-